Action is coming up after the break. We're going to get our tips for this big game. You're coming to you live from the Morwell Rec Reserve this afternoon. The Tigers take on Maffra. It is a Gippsland Live, the pre-game. It's all done. And it's been thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. The massive Bosch weekend is here. Score a free delivery on selected German-made Series 6 dishwashers. Terms and conditions do apply. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM, the station you listen to most.
New Year in New York City. Flights, accommodation and exclusive tickets to welcome in the new year at the world-famous Times Square. 3, 2, 1. Enter now at themorningcrew.com.au and leave your phone on. Each weekday morning, Gabby and Dan could ring and put you on the standby list. New Year, New York. Thanks to the Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan and TRFM.
The Triple T Deluxe Burrito and Quesadilla are back this winter at Sambrero. Twice the cheese, loaded with rich Truffello sauce, toasted and oh so warm. For a limited time, only at Sambrero. It's Feel Good Mex.
Autobahn's Top Gear sale is on this Friday and Saturday. Get 20% off everything store-wide, plus 25% off Pioneer audio products and 25% off our range of batteries. Only at Autobahn. Conditions apply.
Top Gear, low prices.
As our lives go through so many changes, it's more important than ever to have consistency and reliability. Wilmore Motors Maffra is proud to have been with you through it all, assisting the Maffra and district community for over 80 years, providing Ford vehicles, parts and services, and a range of pre-owned cars. It's never been more important to support local business. So come and see the little dealer with a great big heart today. Wilmore Motors, Johnson Street, Maffra, LMCT 1986.
Little dealer with a great big heart.
Hear that? That's the beautiful sound of the Morwell Bowling Club Bistro. The perfect atmosphere for a post-win feed or a sorrow-drowning loss. Especially because Saturday is pot and parma night. Choose from the selection of yummy parma toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30 p.m. Includes a pot of beer, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134 3449. 52 Hazelwood Road, Morwell. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week.
Style has a new home in Gippsland and it's Carpet Country. Carpet Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone, and with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Terrelgan.
The massive Bosch weekend is here at Harvey Norman Gippsland stores. Score free delivery on selected German-made Series 6 dishwashers, as well as Bosch 8kg heat pump dryer with 7-star energy rating, now on from $1,299. Plus heaps more in store at 7 great locations across Gippsland. Take advantage of the massive Bosch weekend at your local Harvey Norman Gippsland. Sale must end Monday. Terms conditions apply. See in store for more details. Massive Bosch weekend on now at Harvey Norman.
Since 1988, Benson's Timber and Hardware has been providing quality hardware products. They can supply you with great timber, paints, power tools, almost anything your indoor or outdoor project needs. And did you know they're a local steel dealer in Gippsland? They're not just for tradies and DIYers either. There's a brand new garden centre for you to check out and a great range of pet food for your furry or feathered friend. Benson's is open 7 days a week and is perfect for anyone in Morwell and the surrounding towns. Benson's Timber and Hardware for better building brands. 69 Latrobe Road, Morwell.
Come and check out one of Gippsland's biggest and best ranges of quality furniture and bedding at Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime in Sale. Be amazed at the great range and the prices. Plus free delivery in Gippsland still applies. Remember, Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime, no excuses. Be there.
Macca's creme brulee pie and McFlurry have arrived. Crunchy caramel and creamy vanilla custard. Deliciously messy. They're the creme de la creme of desserts. Available after 10:30 a.m. for a limited time.
This is Gippsland Live. For LV Forklifts, hire scissor lifts, booms and forklifts locally. The first quarter is about to start on TRFM.
Very good afternoon and welcome to round 15 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Today you can find us live from the Morwell Rec Reserve. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. Today it's the Tigers in 5th spot, taking on the Maffra side in 6th spot on the ladder. The Tigers pushed the Parrots last week in front just at the 23-minute mark of the last quarter. Couldn't get the job done, though, but they are the form side of the competition. Maffra's 3 quarters last week against Wonthaggi were fantastic. Some simple errors cost them late, but they are all chips in today, and they're trying to keep that 22-year final sequence alive on the line. It is a great stat that they have. It's going to be a great game of football. It's Tigers taking on the Eagles, and my name's Daryl Cooling. We got you all covered this afternoon here on Gippsland Live on Tower FM. Rob Popplestone is my co-caller, and he joins me this afternoon. Poppy, good afternoon.
G'day, Scott. G'day, Gippsland. Really good game this afternoon. Maffra taking on the Tigers. 5th place on the line, and therefore a finals berth also on the line. And you complement that with a couple of records that you mentioned, means that there's a lot to play for. And, you know, there's no excuses possibly from either side of not producing their very best today.
Absolutely. Special comments this afternoon is Nick Lucchino. He's from Carpet. Well, he's not from Carpet Country. He's supported by Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981, just like you, Boxer.
Thanks.
You're making dreams for everybody out there.
If you saw me chest, I did come from Carpet Country. But anyway, it is what it is. But thanks, it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a ripper, Scud and team. The conditions are perfect. Both sides have got so much to play for. I just look out in the ground now and Troy Makepeace has got his midfield going through their paces at the moment. It looks like the Morwell club's going to have a fair bit of rotation happening today in regards to the size of the depth of their midfield at the minute too. So they are here to play. So are Maffra. Looking forward to a big afternoon, Scud.
Number one stats man in the business is Paul Carter. He is here for Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max. Born to live and born to tow. It's available for Gippsland Isuzu Ute now. You can test drive today. Paul, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Daryl, boys and listeners. And this is where the term 8-point game came from. At the moment, Morwell's got a 4-point lead on Maffra. Should Maffra win, they draw level on points with Morwell in 5th place. Morwell wins, they get that amazing, valuable 8-point break on Maffra and might just about cement their spot in the finals.
And with Morwell's percentage being quite low, it's all important because Maffra will jump them as well if they do win.
If they're equal on points, Maffra will be on top, yes.
Let's get our tips. Poppy, who wins today?
I'm thinking Maffra is going to win by 17 points.
All right. Boxer?
Yeah, Scud, real tough one for me to pick today because if Maffra bring the game they bring last week for 4 quarters and don't do the turnovers they do, Maffra win. But I think Morwell at home, heaps to play for. The young blood is firing. I'm going the Tigers today, 17 points.
17, the same as Pop the other way around. Paul Carter.
I'll hark very quickly back to those quarterly ladders. Morwell should get an early break. The second quarter's where it could be won and lost. Maffra, even over the last 5 weeks, still have an advantage over Morwell. Morwell seem to be strong finishers. But I'm thinking Morwell might be able to do that, and they might hold. And if the scores are close at half-time, I think it's Morwell's game, and I think Morwell will win by 11 points.
All right, I'm going to go the Tigers as well. I think their run and carry will just be a little bit too quick for the Eagles, and it's not going to be 1 point, Boxer. That's just silly. That's going to be 5 points. It's going to be a great game of football. Boxer, some of your key matchups before we go into this first quarter. Both sides are getting out.
I think there's 2 big matchups to me. It's John Butcher down one end, and it's Braden McDonald up the other end. I think both match winners on their day. Butcher kicked 6 the week before he went out with an injury. B-Mac's been in fine form for the whole year, averaging 4 goals a game for the whole year. So it'll be just one of those things where if they can nullify those 2, it'll be one through the midfield as well. But let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a great game, Scud.
If I look out in that field now, I can see a height and weight advantage for the visitors against Morwell.
But we say that every week. Every time we come, we say the same thing.
But the conditions complement that body shape. There's perfect conditions. There's no rain. There's no wind. The conditions are perfect. But they're perfect to take good, strong marks. And guess what? They're perfect to run the ball nicely too. So, again, going to be hard to pick the winner. And I don't reckon we'll find out until midway through the last quarter as to who might start to gain the upper hand.
Well, first quarter is about to get underway in the middle of the ground for the Tigers. McAuliffe, Bailey and McDonald. Tristan Wack will take the ruck duties. And he will be up against, looks to be John Butcher, who's going to start the ruck duties for the Eagles.
And good luck to our 16-year-old goal umpire too.
Yes, absolutely. We'll get in a moment. Butcher's in the middle for the Eagles with Carr Brothers. And the umpire says, let's get it underway for round 15. Wack tapped it down first. Butcher goes the other way. Handles across half back to Renoy. His quick kick around the body's going to land in the lap of the Tigers. And it's Jacobson on the wing. Hesitates, goes low and hard to half forward. McDonald got shoved in the back and will win the free kick. Just in front of Hutz.
Yeah, Plemons gone to full forward, Scud, with Butcher going into the ruck.
McDonald handballs around to Jacobson again. Now his kick goes towards half forward, and Michel left it for Lopez. And marks about 45 metres out. Too far out. He plays on quickly. Runs to 50. Puts it on its way. It's going to get to the top of the square. It doesn't. Does it touch the hand? I think it did. And that was a hand of Reed. And we got a first minor score inside a minute of play.
Yeah, it started off really quick at the moment too. So a great start there by the Tigers.
And that one behind has come at the 52nd mark on the LB Forklift scoreboard.
All right, so Hudson Holmes brings the ball back into play, finds Renoy. Left back pocket, the scoreboard over his left shoulder says what Paul Carter says, 1 point to the home side. As they give ground, keep possession, they go to a big fella in Hudson, the full back line. A risky move. I don't know what this bloke's doing up there.
Wow.
Mitch Bennett in the back 50. Haven't seen him outside the forward 50 since 1997. Comes along the grandstand side, cheeky kick, nice kick, but it wasn't taken by Shelton. Now Morwell bring the ball back into play. Good run, and that's part of what we want to see from more. Today, Zach Carlson goes towards the goals. Again, cut off by Renoy.
Yeah, Hutz comes dangerous into the middle of the ground. Good little work there by Anderson. Able to get foot to ball. Goes to the top of the 50. That's his defensive 50. McDonald swoops, gives it to Noblet, runs, left foot, shot on goal, misses. Across the face, the Tigers are peppering, and the mistakes are costly, Box.
They are at the moment too, and I can see Maffra have gone back to the old way of chipping the ball around again. Again, the errors forced them to keep the ball inside their danger 50 at the moment.
So a set play coming from full back finds an opportunity for Mitch Bennett. He drops again what he should have taken. Maybe there's some perception of pressure out there, and Morwell are going to make them pay. They can't miss this one, or can they? Overuse of the ball. They've been guilty of that in weeks gone by, and the pressure's on. Right in the full forward line for Morwell. Maffra stand up to the pressure, and they bring the ball out through Josh Davis towards the half-back line.
Butcher the target, couldn't mark. Here's Brunt at ground level, dancing around, got a little bit of space. Left foot kick to the wing. Walsh in the front spot, dropped the mark. Though Butcher tries to work hard at ground level, and Brown jumps on top of him. Ball squirts out the back. Working hard was challenged, and the umpire in Esler will cross his arm, ball it up true centre wing.
And I know you took a little bit of the willy out of Mitch Bennett playing up the ground. He used to be a wingman at Sale City for a long time before he went forward.
Whack got high, only got a fingertip on it. Good work by Boyd to Carlson, now to McDonald. Little chip kick to Lopez in the middle of the ground. Got some space, turns, Holmes around, puts it 1-on-1, Reed's on his own, and it's 2-on-1. The two will always win. And Reed takes the mark, chips it out towards Carr. That's Ed.
So Ed Carr, who's very good last week, goes inboard, finds teammate and bro Alex Carr, plays on defensive 50 through the corridor. Can he thread one through? He can. How he found a teammate, we'll never know. That teammate was Brunt, fed off nicely to Bennett, usually deadly with the ball. Goes over the top, and Bedgegood, his first player there for Maffra, beaten with the ball though by Archie Grant, who in turn was beaten by the boundary. Boundary throw-in near the arc of forward 50, and boundary. Now Maffra into attack.
Love the matchup with Grant to Bedgegood. They're both similar type of players. They both run high to the ground. I'm looking forward to watching that this afternoon.
Tigers lead by 2 points. 3 minutes into the first quarter. Whack tapped it down, not going anywhere over the shoulder. Free kick will go in the way of Maffra's Alex Carr. We know he's a thumping kick. He's 70 metres out from goal. Goes short, though, to Ed Carr. He might get this back, and he does. You've got to watch this, because Carr from 55 goes bang, long goal. And again, 2 weeks in a row, the Zambrero goal, and a contender is Alex Carr.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've done their homework enough on Alex Carr, but that's just a pattern and play for him all day, every day. He loves the ball on the outside. If you get the ball to him in his hands outside of 50, you can just write it down. See you later, goodbye, sayonara, and sombrero as well, because that was goal of the day already.
That is a first lead change. We remember last week we had 10 lead changes in that match. Well, there's the first one that's come at the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. LB Forklift scoreboard, Maffra 1 goal straight 6. Morwell 2 behinds, 2 points.
Well, we tip finals like football. We're getting it in the opening minutes of this first quarter as, again, it's Carr who bursts through the centre of Morwell Recreation Reserve, goes looking for fighting challenge. His short kick could have, should have, and didn't find a teammate in Thomas Thatcher. Dropped what he should have taken, and now Morwell under pressure on their half-back line. Are they good enough? Momentarily they are. Momentarily the key word. Yep, they get it back and off they go. Zach Carlson from half back to half forward. Good contest, 1-on-1, and Maffra with the numbers. Ease the pressure. Big handball over the top to Putz. He looks right, left, and then goes inboard. And now James Reed, can he find a teammate? He can. The heat of this game is enormous early as Jack Challenge from just short of grandstand wing goes looking for Bedgood. A punch to the front of the pack is where you'll find a Tiger in Berkeley. McFarlane feeds it off nicely and up they go through Sam Walsh.
Yeah, got it out to Wetherill on the wing, goes to half forward. Here's a 100-gamer in Dan Musil. Got a little bit of space, he can gather it. He gets to 52, puts it to the top of the square. The numbers favour Maffra over the back, and again it's 2-on-1. And Reid takes the uncontested mark, kicks it out towards the top of his defensive 50 where Ed Carr marks, gave it across to Hudson Holmes, spears a kick down the line and finds Anderson. So Anderson across half-back, chipped little kick down the line. There's Thatcher. Thomas goes backwards towards Carr, puts him under pressure. He's up to it though. Ed's good, strong in the hips, turns around and finds Bennett in the middle of the ground. Goes lateral again. Hutz is at centre half back and Moore in the middle of the ground. Goes to Bedgood. 1-2 bites, couldn't get it. Numbers favour the Tigers and they're away through Jacobson.
Yeah, they go inboard, they do, and find McAuliffe who feeds it off quickly. Got some runners taken out of the contest behind play. Umpire picked it up. Morwell free kick.
Hillier down.
Hillier it is. Taking a little while to find his feet as well.
Just that overuse of handball by Morwell, just that extra handball's hurt them at the moment.
Yeah, and they're just finding it hard to find a winner inside forward 50. Can they find one now?
Beautiful,
yeah, they can. They were patient. They lowered the eyes, and this time they found a good one in McDonald. His disposal is usually questionable, but this time the kick is pretty good at the back of the pack, and it's touched and, in fact, hit the post, the umpire says, as well. So there'll be a minor score for the home side.
Taking them to 3 behind 3 points. Maffra, 1 goal straight 6. There'll be forklift scoreboard, 7 minutes played.
Holmes played on and went out to Renoy in the deep back pocket. Good hot game of footy so far. Renoy clears his defensive 50. Wack was in the front spot. Couldn't mark it, but got one over the shoulder. Will win the free kick. And he's going to quickly play on. Handball out the back to Berkeley McFarlane. Lowers the kick. Doesn't quite find the target. Noblet was good at ground level. Sweep to handball inboard. Good ball work by Geishan. Gave it to Renoy. Little chip kick to half-backs. A neat one. Jolly's on the end of this one. He's got some run. This is Ed Carr. One bounce. He might give it back to Jolly. He does. Back to Butcher by hand. Transition football. And it just popped out of his hand. Butcher just lost it. It was like it was on a rope. And he lost the footy. It landed in the hands of the Tigers. Brown said, I'll take it. I'll kick to Cody McDonald. He's under a little bit of pressure. Neat little kick to McAuliffe. Beautiful. He plays on quickly, rolls around, right foot delivery inside to Musil, and that's a good kick. Have you ever seen that happen?
And it's like he had that's on the ball.
Yeah.
It's see you later.
Popped out of Butcher's hands.
I think what's been about Morwell's game today too is they're quick to go. They like to get on the ball and get going. Every time they win the ball, they're looking forward all the time, but they've just got to lower the eyes a little bit more like they just did then with Musil, and hopefully he can finish the ball off.
Oh, big moment of the game, thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. The Tigers need a goal. Musil puts it on its way. Has it got the length? I think it has. It's got the accuracy, and in his 100th game, Dan Musil gets the Tigers first.
The old 100-gamer, the old shuffle, twiggle, coming in on his run-up, but that made no mistake. And the ball use, the McAuliffe play, he's done it quite a bit already this afternoon. He gets the ball, he plays on, and they get the ball inside 50 real quick. So it's just given the Maffra defence a little bit of an issue at the moment, and a great finish there by Dan Musil.
And the lead goes back to Morwell. They've got a 3-point advantage at the 8-minute mark. 1 goal, 3-9 to Maffra, 1 goal straight 6. LV forklift scoreboard.
We've got an around the grounds check for you in a moment. Back to the middle. This time Plemming got a hand on it. Hillier, though, picked it off. His left foot kick is not quite as good as up to it because Hudson Holmes was able to come across his man and win the footy at ground level, chip it out wide to Brunt. He's on the boundary line on the far side of the wing area. The margin sits with the Tigers at 3 points in this first quarter. Hopefully enjoying your Saturday afternoon. Tries to take on Campbell. He gets around him in the end and then left foot kick goes towards the top of the 50. Bedgood is the target. Front spot. Couldn't get it. Did work. Great work was Wack. Gave it to Walsh. It's going to be a neat kick across the goal. He found Jacobson. He's got McDonald all on his own near the grandstand. He goes in that direction. Noblet's got 2 on him. Has to be a beautiful kick. Reed's been good early. He has it over the shoulder from Noblet and he'll win the free kick.
Yeah, good pick up there by the umpire too. He's really presenting well, Nathan, at the moment.
So Noblet, half-back flank. They've got some numbers in the middle, decides to go down the line. Holmes has got the sit here, but McDonald just worked him out nicely, quickly plays on. Lopez, he has a bounce, he goes to 50, he's got no one, he has to check his kick, top of the square, over the back, who can run onto this. It's not the Tigers, it's the Eagles, and they're going to clear it through Renoy.
Well, opportunity lost there. One of a few for the home side at the moment as Renoy goes to open space, and that invites a race, which Morwell win through Weatherall, who then gives to McFarlane, and Morwell are going to start bursting back into forward 50, and they do that just nicely as Bailey gets on the end of it. Boundary just a foot to his left, but he's on the right side for a right footer. Morwell 139, 10 minutes gone. Maffra 1 goal. Bailey with now the fence to his left. That's how tight the angle is. Will kick from goal 45. He's a left footer, so he's not on the right side, but the kick off the boot has no problem with distance, albeit accuracy is a major concern just offline.
1-4-10 more. They lead Maffra by 4 points. Maffra 1 goal straight 6 at the 10 and a half or 11 minute mark, and at the inside 50s at the moment are 11-3 Morwell's way.
Yeah, they only lead by 4 points. They're not taking advantage of their inside 50 dominance as Holmes brings it back out. Big fly from the back was Shelton, couldn't mark it. Geeshan just gave it to Whack. He shrugs one tackle, now has to chip inside to McDonald, waits, and closing quickly as Adams, he gave away a free kick. Was it their box?
Yeah, it was definitely there. Like he went the player, he didn't go the ball, and he was just a bit caught off guard as well. But another great kick inside under pressure as well to find his man.
He doesn't pass these ones off, Brandon McDonald. He has a shot every day of the week and from 50 metres, and that is why, and it's touched on the line. Maybe he should have passed it off.
I think the percentage kick would have coming from Boyd Bailey before. Being a left footer in a dead pocket, I would have played the percentages a little bit more better than what he did before.
All right, so Hudson Holmes, Paul Cutter will bring this ball back into play in a moment.
1-5-11 to 1 goal straight 6 Morwell by 5 points.
So Holmes brings the ball back into play, goes towards the right half back line. Thatcher was his target. Players dancing around the boundary line. Can they keep the ball in? They can. Quick kick from Reid. Goes towards Gippsland and now Channing. They go inboard. Race is on. Carr comes through. Free kick gets taken off the ball. Illegally, says the umpire. Pick up another kick. Half back line. Change direction they want to. The opportunity wasn't there. He'll get it back in the old 1-2 and then drags the ball neatly. His peripheral vision was very good there to find a teammate in Anderson. It's grandstand wing on that left leg. Anderson kick off the boot. It's going to go out the back of the pack. He should be running onto it, and that's what Channing does. Challenge. He's got an opportunity. He just needs to get a favourable bounce. He goes for the check side. Just challenge, and he's way offline and out of bounds in the full.
And a few players on the check side kick, and he was going for goal. There's no doubt about it. But, that happened.
Tyler Brown had the switch, got out to Hearn. They eventually get this out to the wing area. Bailey's got a little bit of space. He can handle over the top. Well, he faked a handball, then he got it to Campbell, who gave it back to him. Now their run is good. They get the ball to the top of their 50, close to the boundary line. Noblet attacks it hard, shrugs the tackle, handballs inboard to Whack. This is good team football from the Tigers, but Whack sprayed it across the face of goal, and it's landed on the line. 5 metres around from the opposite point post, and we're going to boundary throw in 13 minutes into this first quarter.
That's the kick you don't begrudge. He had the opportunity to have a go, and the kick just didn't work out. But the transition footy from Morwell was fantastic then as well.
Okay, so metres from Morwell goals. Their kick 1-5. Can you believe that? Accuracy is all over the place. A kick off the ground out of play, and the full will go Maffra's way. It'll go the way of Cade Renoy, left back pocket. Scoreboard over his left shoulder says he side trails by just 5 points, even though it's 6 shooting shots for goal to 1. Comes towards the half back line. Musil flies high. On the ground level, McFarlane can't pick up the ball.
Interesting one there. We had Riley Oddie and Dan Musil both get their boots stuck together for a split second. All good though. Ruck contest there. Tyler Hillier roves it really, very well. Left foot kick to open space. Can Whack get there? Not quite. It bounces up nicely for him. Can he get around Hutz? He does. Gives it to his mate in Carlson. He twists, turns, gives a handball forward. Left footer Bailey snaps around the body. And that's the much needed goal that they need, the Tigers. They've had all the play. It's only their second, and they extend the lead now out to 11.
Geez, they made that work really hard, didn't they, the Tigers? But class finish. Like, all the players involved then had a real class bit of edge to it to finish off that goal there for the Tigers. And like you said, Scud, they've had a lot of the play inside 50. Like Maffra, They're just chipping the ball around again, creating that turnover, and Morwell have been on their game at the moment, forcing the ball inside. Eventually, you're going to score. So well done to the Tigers then.
11-point lead to Morwell at the 14-minute mark, 2-5 to 1 goal straight 6. LB Forklift scoreboard.
So Musil comes in to do some ruck work. His first go at it today after the big fella Wackett had his first 10 minutes in the rucking arena. Butcher, quick kick forward towards half-forward flank. Nicely taken. It was Bennett, left foot kick, no, and airy. Bailey comes up, picks it up, handball over the top. Here we go, McAuliffe, inside 550, whack! Oh. Goes bang, and a big, strong mark, outstretched hands, gave Hutts no chance whatsoever.
That was class off half-back. That was just class. Hilliard's ball inside, the handball over the top. It's a pity people can't see what we see. And
paint the picture for him, Boxer.
The handball was at least a 30-metre handball, left-handed, over pressure. To find his McAuliffe, who can hit the ball inside to Whack.
So Whack now at a 45-degree angle will kick from 35 off the leg. He pokes it right, and not reward for great effort to get where he was.
What happens when you poke at things, Scud?
They miss.
It is 2-6-18 Morwell, a 12-point lead over Maffra, who are 1 goal straight 6. LB Forklift scoreboard, 16 minutes played first quarter, 15-4 the inside 50s now, and 1 goal 5 for set shots.
So Hudson Holmes waits for the football to come back after disappearing over the back. No net here at Morwell at the moment.
Why is that, just financial problems?
No. Actually, an interesting story. Came down for the AFL game, and now it needs an engineer's report to put it back up.
Of course it does.
So we'll get that in a few years' time, no doubt. But Hudson Holmes, 16 and a half minutes into this first quarter, margins 12 points in favour of the Tigers. He rolls around, plays on out of full back towards his teammate in Petro. Musil was the spoiler. We've got a boundary throw in 70 metres out.
Just questioning some of the Maffra coaching manoeuvres at the moment. That's their job, I know, but looking from an outsider looking in, they've got Petro, they've got Butcher and Pleming taking the ruck work. They haven't got some stability down forward at all at the moment.
Have they got some run?
That's what I'm thinking.
Ball comes back in. Well, good work by McAuliffe to rove that one. He got the advantage to McDonald. Chips a kick. Noblett's been presenting well. Dropped the mark though. Umpire gets in the way. Then got tackled. Didn't have the football. The umpire said play on. Butcher was there. Gave it to Renoy by hand. His kick clears the defensive 50. And nicely done out there. Is it Brunt or Jolly? I think it might be Jolly. Goes inboard. Petro's all on his own on the wing. He's got time to mark and turn around and have a look. Kicks to the open side. It's a beautiful kick. Challenge, though. Just went one-handed in the end. Did well. Second effort. Chips over the top. And he can find no. Jolly didn't quite mark it. Hearn has to work hard on the big forward down there in Butcher. Working hard as Thatcher. Gives a handball back to Bennett. Left foot shot at goal. And Butcher puts it through as Poppy calls goal before he even touched it. The Zambrero goal that they can contender.
Mitch Bennett, was it?
Yep, it was Mitch Bennett. Definitely a great goal then too. And look, the Maffra boys worked really hard for that too. And some great work there by Challing, especially inside 50. They really worked the ball around. I haven't really liked the fact that Bennett's played high up the ground. He's really given him a little bit of edge where it really counts around the midfield, but they were really dying inside. Gets himself forward, a smart player, and a great snap at goal.
2 goals straight, 12 now Maffra at the 18-minute mark of this first quarter, trailing by just 6 points, and it is 6 points. 2 goals, 6-18. Morwell on the LV Forklift scoreboard.
Scud in the AFL, I've got to tell you, look out, it is 9-3-57 the Hawks. Welcome back to Earth, North Melbourne, 2-4-16.
Well, just about time they sacked another coach. As the ball's bounced down, Morwell Recreation Reserve. The tackle was too high. Carr gets a reward, gives it to the bro, and off they go. The Carr brothers go inside forward 50. Bennett taken out of the contest. He'll get the free kick, and it might be actually Tom Jolly. Scuddy's confirming to me. So taken out of the contest, you know, I don't know that he was actually ever in the contest, but he played it well. And the umpire said, OK, I'll give you a free kick, which gives an opportunity to take the scores to be level, which isn't really a true reflection of the game, to be honest. But Jolly will kick from 50 on a 45-degree angle. It'd have to be his very best. The length is there. The accuracy is there. The scoreboard is even.
We talk about class. I mean, we know that they've got the experienced players on their side at the moment, Maffra, and you give them every opportunity to get inside 50, and they take the opportunities. We're going to talk about a side that can play, you know, and we saw it last week as well. You know, Morwell, look, they've made a couple of little errors inside, but they've rued the opportunities they had inside 50 compared to what Maffra had at the moment.
Scores level, as Poppy informed us. 19 minutes played in his first quarter. It's 3 goals straight Maffra, 2 goals, 6 Morwell, 18 points apiece. LB Forklift scoreboard.
Inside forward 50s, Paul.
16-6.
Well, there you go, and scores are level. Good tap down there by Whack. Free kick will go to Bailey in the middle of the ground. Had a runner, decided not to use him. He looks up, a couple of forward present. Noblet was one of those, comes to the other side. McDonald's going to have to come from the side, Mutual from the back. McDonald, play on to the umpire, had 2 goes at it, gets around on the left foot, should have given the handball off. Going back, nicely done. Well, it's Hudson Holmes. And Holmes marks, comes towards the boundary line. Linton will fly against challenge, got a fist on it. Carlson roved it nicely, took on the tackler, goes backwards by hand to Brown. Chip little kick inboard, usually good by foot always, and it is to Bailey, to Whack. Whack twists and turn, runs around, has a look up, where's the forward? Beautiful kick to McDonald. Nice. McDonald will chip it inboard, he's got Bailey on directly in front. And that's better football for the Tigers.
Let's talk about 2 ball plays at the moment. Whack and Boyd Bailey, who's got the ball right now. Now, Boyd Bailey, the word is he had 40-odd possessions last week.
55 the other week.
There you go.
This is number 10 now.
And he's already had 10. Travis, young Whack, is it Tristan?
Tristan Whack.
Oh, mate, his athleticism is incredible to watch, and to find a player like that lace out.
Well, they need the goal. Bailey comes in, left foot shot on goal for his 11th touch, missed it, and it's a minor score.
No.
We got 2 goals, 7, can you believe it? The Tigers of the AFL is rubbing off on the Tigers of the Gippsland League.
2-7-19, a 1-point lead over Maffra, 3 goals straight, 18.
So here we go, the big man, Hudson Holmes from full back, brings the ball back in, runs 25, kicks 55 towards the half-back line. It's a good mark in front was Petro. He plays on along the line. Can he find Bedgegood? No, Bedgegood's got hands to ball but can't wrap it up at this stage. He's presenting well but not marking well, and as a consequence the ball spills over the boundary line.
There's a bit going on
of the ground, wing.
There's a bit going on behind play with Butcher and Hearn.
Yeah.
And I think Hearn's been really playing him nice and tight. I don't know if Butcher really likes the close attention. I'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. So the ball now, half-back line. Morwell go forward again. All eyes are on Butcher. I'll let you know what's happening around the ball because the umpire's just given Morwell another free kick. And it's going to go the way of Makepeace, Joe Makepeace. Outside 50, he'll kick from 55. He gets all of that. Top of the square, no. Good mark, last line of defence is going to go the way of Dave Adams. They've traditionally played on quickly and he does that through the corridor. Couple of options, one of which is Lachlan Channing. So Lachlan Channing, defensive 50, over the top to Bennett. He's giving a bit of creativity through the midfield, hence the move for him from full forward to midfield. And now Carr, Alex, threatens a forward 50. Can Bedgegood get a hand on it? This time he can't. So he thumps it forward 15 metres. But first player there is going to be James Jacobson. He in turn finds a teammate in Brown, and they're out of trouble, albeit maybe momentarily.
Yeah, got it to Wetherill. Nice little kick to McFarlane. Inboard handball was good to Musil. This is where they run. The forward handball's good. Lopez, though, had to come back. Here's Campbell on the wing. He can mark unopposed. He's got McDonald down the line. He can run and draw the handball to Walsh if he wants, but he decides to kick towards the Noblet direction in the end. Front spot over the shoulder. Play on to the umpire. Renoy put him on the ground looking for holding the ball, and the umpire said, my ball, 52 metres out.
He's been their best forward so far this afternoon, Nathan Noblet. He's presented very well.
Mm-hmm. The one they're struggling with, though, is the kick deep over the back after they lead up. Maffra have read that one nicely. They're better when they present up to the football. No one can win it from the stoppage. Petro did the ruck duties and then just shuffled it out to Musil. Still in the field of play. McFarlane gave it across to Bailey again. Chisels a kick to McDonald. And McDonald marks 45 metres out.
Well, the Maffra boys are having words to each other.
Well, that's not a good sign as McDonald loads up and puts it away for a minor score.
Boyd Bailey, that boy again.
Does it come back to haunt your box, these points?
It will. I mean, they've had, 10 scoring shots already to 3 for the afternoon, and they've only got a 2-point lead.
2-8-20 to 3 goals straight, 18, 23 and a half minutes played.
Well, we heard the Maffra boys don't mind having words with each other out in the field. And as the pressure mounts, you'll think that might happen again. Now, the ball's been brought back into play. Play on's the call. No one touched the ball, but he did play on.
I have to say, though, Poppy, having been played footy for a long time, and so have you, and Scud, we all have words with our teammates when the heat does come on, sometimes unintentionally.
All right. Well, you've got to keep it positive, though, Boxer.
Correct, you do.
as they go for it again through Carr, grandstand side. Oh,
well done.
Nicely stolen it was. Through the pack was Benny Brunton, that left leg inside forward 50.
Oh, well done.
But I tell you what, Benchgood's been beaten more than once by Archie Grant.
Archie Grant's been awesome.
Whose hand, long arm, got in the way. So Benchgood again, he's presenting well. He just can't get his hands on the ball at the moment. So there'll be a boundary throw-in. Starting to threaten the forward 50 of Maffra again. And they're starting to threaten Morwell, trailing by just 2 points. Ball thrown back in. Butcher, nice tap to brother Dan. Dan's kick was smothered. Inside forward 50, only just players all over the ball. There'll be a ball up 49 metres from Maffra's goals. Grandstand side, they're kicking to the town end or left of your radio as you listen to the TRFM live coverage of football. It's the Atlanta Energy
Gippsland League. Butcher won the free kick, got it out the wide towards Benchgood. Good tackle by Hearn. Goes to ground level. Here's kicking it back in was Jolly, and marking it though was the Tigers in McFarlane. He switches this one up. He's got Jacobson. The football gets there. Only just no good work there on this occasion by Shelton. Jacobson does well. Shelton ruts him up again in the tackle. And umpire says my ball very quickly.
I reckon he was quick with the whistle then, the umpire. I thought it was just play on.
Telling people to button their lips is umpire Essler. So they do the ball up again, this time knocked down. It was by Fleming. Quick kick there by Bennett. High inside forward 50. Butcher will fly, can't mark it. Ball comes to ground level. Tries to squeeze a handball out to Brunt. Good tackle though from Brown. And again a stoppage 48 metres inside Maffra's forward 50. They trail by 2 points at the moment. The Tigers lead.
A couple of loose men, 2 or 3 loose men in defence for Maffra at the moment as they start to push the contest.
Big tap out the back there was from Hearn. Hillier twist, turn one way. Now gives a handball to Carlson. They got some runners again. Handball to Bailey. Short little kick. Noblet tries to get it out. Driven into the back. And into the ground goes Noblet. The free kick was already paid.
Has Boyd Bailey brought his own footy?
Just about. Noblet goes in board to Carlson. Has to wait for it. Handballs to McFarlane. Got some room and some space. Drives it inside 50 again. The numbers back. Although Reid dropped the mark that he should have taken. He's in a bit of strife. Cody McDonald backpedals going backwards. You've got to go forward, son. Now he does. And he kicks around the body for a great goal. And the Zambrero goal and a contender is up and about now for Cody McDonald.
Yeah, we've got a fair draw there in regards to the goal of the day this afternoon. But, geez, they've worked hard for their goals inside 50 more. And, the ball's kicked to the advantage of McDonald, who had 2 to beat. But McDonald, the other McDonald, Cody McDonald, got himself in a perfect position. I'd say this game's got everything at the moment. It's got everything right now, and hang on to your hatchets. I think we're in for a big afternoon.
8-point lead to Morwell at the 27-minute mark of this quarter. 3 goals, 8-26 to Maffra, 3 goals straight, 18. That's on the LB Forklift scoreboard.
And as I said at the start of the broadcast today, this is the game you want to be at, the game between Morwell and Maffra.
What are you laughing at?
8 points, the margin, as you heard from Paul Carter, and the ball back in the centre of the Morwell Recreation Reserve.
Hang on to your hatchet. Poppy, or maybe your hat as well.
Who said hatchet?
He did. No. Boxer.
I'll give you a hatchet in a minute.
Renoy, right on the siren.
Thank God.
Nick Licino puts down the hatchet, puts on his hat. I'm glad he didn't get those two mixed up. We might not have a comments man this afternoon. Quarter time, 30 minutes of really good football.
The Tigers 3, 8-26. Maffra 3 straight, 18. The margin 8 points at quarter time. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. It's quarter time, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Every weekend across Australia, sports grounds are full of people engaging in community sport. It's great to be back playing, but sport faces a new...
The perfect atmosphere for a post-win feed or a sorrow-drowning loss. Especially because Saturday is Pot and Palmer night. Choose from the selection of yummy Palmer toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30pm. Includes a pot of beer, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134 3449. 52 Hazelwood Road, Morwell. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week.
Come and check out one of Gippsland's biggest and best ranges of quality furniture and bedding at Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime in Sale. Be amazed at the great range and the prices, plus free delivery in Gippsland still applies. Remember, Morelli's Furniture and Bedtime, no excuses. Be there.
The Triple T Deluxe Burrito and Quesadilla are back this winter at Sambrero. Twice the cheese, loaded with rich Truffello sauce, toasted and oh so warm. For a limited time, only at Sambrero. It's Feel Good Mex.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
To Ed K. Might get this back, and he does. You've got to watch this, because Carr from 55 goes bang, long goal. again. 2 weeks in a row, the Zambrero Golden A contender is Alex Carr. It's got the accuracy, and in his 100th game, Dan Musil gets the Tigers first. Gives it to his mate in Carlson. He twists, turns, gives a handball forward. Left foot of Bailey snaps around the body. And that's the much-needed goal that they need, the Tigers. They've had all the play. It's only their second, and they extend the lead now out to 11.
But Jolly will kick from 50 on a 45-degree angle. It'd have to be his very best. The length is there.
Wow.
The accuracy is there. The scoreboard is even.
Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Yeah, quarter time here at the Morwell Rec Reserve. The margin sits at 8 points. It's the Tigers in front, 3-8-26. Maffra, 3 straight, 18. Individual goal scorers right across the board. For the Tigers, it's Boyd Bailey, Dan Musil and Cody McDonald, while for Maffra, Tom Jolly, Mitchie Bennett and Alex Carr round out 3 goals apiece. The Tigers had all the play. Here's all the key stats from the first quarter. All thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max, born to live and born to tow. It's available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute, Traralgon.
Certainly right there, Daryl. The inside 50s, Morwell 21-9 that quarter. Clearances were 6 apiece. Centre clearances, Maffra got that 4-2. Free kick 7-5 Morwell's way. Marks pretty much the same. No great difference there. Marks inside 50 for Morwell, 8-1.
Wow.
In that quarter. Set shots for Morwell, 1 goal 7. 1 goal straight from Maffra from set shots, and the overall score, Morwell kicked 2-7 from turnovers and 1-1 from stoppages. Maffra 2 goals from turnovers and 1 goal from stoppages. Not a lot of hit-outs going. The game didn't stop that often. 4 apiece of hit-outs to Dan Musil, Tristan Wack, 3 to Will Fleming and Andrew Petro, John Butcher, 1 each. Main stat win aboard Bailey with 13 disposals, then 7 each to Berkeley McFarlane, Tristan Wack, Cody McDonald. For Maffra, 10 apiece to Cade Renoy and Hudson Holmes, 9 to Alex Carr, 9 to Ed Carr as well, 6 to Danny Butcher, Tom Jolly 5.
Boxy, you listen to those stats, and the Tigers should be the other way around. It should be 8 goals 3.
That should be.
But it's not. It's an 8-point margin.
They've used the ball really well and coming inside 50. It's just their finish. They've just got to polish that up a little bit now, don't they? So, yeah, look, it's just one of those things that they just got to keep making those opportunities count.
You guys are talking about the height advantage by Maffra, where you don't bomb a ball into a forward line if you've got height. You kick it to spaces and let your speedsters run onto it.
Yeah, exactly right. Maffra would be happy with the first quarter. They've got a few things to change, though, as the second quarter is about to get underway, and it's all thanks to Carpet Country this afternoon. And it is Gippsland Live. Whack just took it out of the ruck. Quick left foot kick to half forward. Hillier in the front spot. Couldn't mark it. Reed handballs out to Davis. Here's a right foot kick around the body to the wing area. Big work by Linton to tap it out of the hands of Brunt. And Brunt says he tapped it towards the boundary. It was deliberate. And the umpire said, no, we can do that. We'll have a ball up right in front of Maffra's coaching box here at the Morwell Rec Reserve as they trail by 8 points into this second quarter. Whack again took it out of the ruck and then claimed he didn't have the football, so Carr said, I'll take it, give it to Davis, and now I'll give it to Alex Carr, who can drive a ball inside forward 50 over the back. Butcher! Johnny Butcher marks. Too tall. And you talk about the height, well, Butcher's nearly the tallest one out there. He'll have a shot directly in front.
It's the perfect kick inside. You just got to put pressure on the opposition defence, and when you've got a player like John Butcher sitting out there, look, he was one-on-one with Ryan Hurd. He's no slouch. They're both probably the same height, but he was just good enough to have the bit more reach.
The experienced campaigner John Butcher comes in from 40 metres, puts it on its way, and it is straight through the middle. And in the first minute of the second quarter, the Eagles close the margin.
Yeah, just a bit of experience there from Carr. Like, he just used the ball really well coming inside. So just a bit of an error there from Wack. He was probably unlucky not to get the free kick early, and just the start that Maffra wanted for this quarter.
And on the Carpet Country scoreboard is a 2-point margin in Morwell's favour. 1 minute into the second quarter, Morwell 3-8-26, Morwell and Maffra a 4-goal straight 24.
Been lucky enough to get some around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. So for the Gippsland League, Bairnsdale 4-2-26, they lead Drew and 3-2-20.
All right, back here in the centre of Morwell Recreation Reserve, Wack gets the tap. Free kick against Fleming will go Wack's way, so he'll get another chance at it. Just trying to wait for the ball to get back to him. Finally gets it back. Plays on from the centre of the Rec Reserve, inside forward 50, front of the pack. Nicely done. Good kick around the body by Noblet. I reckon it's gone all the way, hasn't it? I reckon it's gone all the way it has. So Morwell respond within a minute of Maffra getting their first goal, and the Tigers, well, they regain that original lead of Paul Carter.
8 points, Poppy, and only 2 minutes in and a goal to each team. So it's an 8-point lead as it was at quarter time. 4-8, 32 more. Maffra, 4 goals straight, 24. Carpet Country scoreboard.
He's been their best forward all day. He's presented very well. He's probably been let down himself a couple of times there with just some indirect handball, but his ground level work has been incredible. So a great finish there by Nathan Noblet.
Whack turning the screws in the middle of the ground. This time Plemmy got high, and Whack wins another free kick in the middle of the ground. Will they play the advantage? No, they don't want to. And again, Pleming gave away the free kick on Whack. Do you make that change, boys? As Whack again, little low, little cut a daisy, cut a miss the target. Anderson was there, so was Bailey. And now Anderson picks it up, tries to handle out the back. Hasn't really got any teammates there. Jacobson just took his eyes off it for a moment. Allowed Maffra's Reed to come in.
Got some more scores there, Scud. Sale 4-5-29. They lead Moe 1-1-7. This is just an update score. Warrigal just the 1 point. Leongatha 1-2-8 and Wonthaggi 2-2-14. Terralgan 3-2-20.
All right, ball with Whack. Another touch from half back line, bursting his way through. Is Morwell's Jacobson and finds on the lead neutral. He's going to centre it up. He's got a couple of options, but what better option than this bloke? He's been on fire. Cody McDonald, he kicked one in the first. Not a noted goal scorer really, but he could have a couple inside 35 minutes.
It's funny with Cody McDonald, he just knows how to find space inside 50, doesn't he? And most sides would be going, oh, well, how do I hit a little fella inside? Balls are prepared to hit anybody that's inside 50 that are free.
Yeah, they play a high-risk game, plenty of possession. But when it pays off, it looks good. And McDonald looks good at the moment. 40 metres out, directly in front almost. Off the boot. Does he hook it to the left?
Nope.
I don't reckon he does. I reckon he's got his second. Cody McDonald, take a bow.
Let's just see if Morwell can just do what they've done in the past. They play a really high confidence game, and now the confidence is pretty sky high at the minute, and they're all up and about after that goal. I did notice that John Noblet, the father of Nathan, is here, and his grandfather. The emotion they showed after Nathan kicked his goal before was absolutely zero. So they stood there and said, wow, that was really good. So, it's good to see that the parents are here following their kids.
14-point lead to Morwell. 4 minute play in the second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard 5-8, 38 Morwell. 4 goals straight, 24 Maffra.
So now Petro has his go in the middle of the ground. Whack tapped it down. Here's Bailey, can gather it. Handball out wide to the runner. McAuliffe gets through one tackler. Handball's looking for the runner. It's Bailey who ran on, and Boyd Bailey puts it through the middle. The Zambrero goal of the day as the seas parted.
His head's going red. Have a look at it. It's like, this is what it's called, a floodgate. It is starting to open. It is really starting to open now, and great play there by the Tigers. I told you, once their confidence is up, things start to happen, and look out, Maffra. You better tighten right up here now, otherwise it's going to get a little bit more uglier as we go along.
3 goals in 3 minutes, and all 3 from centre square stoppages. So it's a 20-point lead to Morwell, 6-8-44 to Maffra, 4 goals straight, 24.
So expect a big body hit somewhere now. They've been around long enough to know what's expected, and that's to find a body. Carr
there it
gives
is.
it off to Alex Carr, the 1-2. He tries to dance around. They're not having things their own way, the Maffra side. They've had their things their own way for 22 years, mind you. Benchcook got hands to the ball, taken to the ground. Race is on for the ball. Maffra win the race. Can they keep the ball in play through Brunt? They can. Can they find a winner inside forward 50? They do. And it's Danny Butcher wanting to do what bro Johnny did just a few moments ago, and that's put another one through the big sticks for the visiting side.
Smart play by Brunt. Left footer. Didn't panic with the ball. Just got the ball inside 50. Butcher just put himself a few more yards in front of his opposition player, and Mark truly.
Okay, so they're yet to find a point. They're 4 goals straight. Butcher straight in front. Well, that kick ain't great off the boot. I don't know that it's going to make the distance. It didn't make the distance. He kicked from 35 or 40. And it finally finds the first behind of the afternoon for the visiting side, Paul Carter.
4-1-25 Maffra to 6-8-44 Morwell.
Walsh quickly gave it into Whack, and Whack found Bailey out defensive 50. He got called to play on as he faked the handball, had to kick around his body, and Mutual in the front spot.
How's that play on if you don't leave your spot?
Exactly right.
And you make the gesture to handball. That's not play on.
So now Mutual does play on. He goes off his lines, gets it out to Bailey again. Left foot kicks beauty. And a found Hillier on the wing. He looks up. He's got a presenting target. It goes in that direction of Cody McDonald again. Good work by Shelton it was. Now they're under pressure. Is Reid. Shelton does well again to squeeze a handball back out to Hudson Holmes, who just has to put a barrel on. And does he find touch? No, it's out of bounds on the full.
I'll tell you what, that Shelton, he's hard as a cat's head, isn't he? He played it hard last week. He got hurt probably half a dozen times last week, got back up and kept going again. He's done the same again this week already.
So Dan Musil on the far wing will be the recipient of out of bounds on the full.
Okay, so they're continuing to apply the pressure there. Short game not paying off on that occasion. We're going to have a turnover. No, Campbell can get hold of it. He goes inboard and they change direction. They've got a couple of options if they get a favourable bounce. The bounce, it does favour the Tigers. A nice pick up by Jacobson. Feeds it off, a kick for goal. Taken after the ball's been kicked. No, offline. Tyler Hillier, who's been busy for the opening quarters of this game, offline on that occasion. And Morwell, well, they haven't been accurate, but they've been good.
6-9-45 to 4-1-25, 20-point lead to Morwell. 8 minutes played, second quarter.
Maffra defence under a little bit of pressure. Holmes decides to go to the far side of ground again, but Musil will go back with a flight. Put one hand up, nearly took it. Hutz comes the other direction. Picking up, he win the free kick. Hutz, they play the advantage. Bedgood had it and gave it across to Anderson, who kicks down the line, and he can find Thatcher. 60 metres out from goal. It's 1-on-1 inside forward 50. Doesn't go there. Now he gets there. It goes to the last line. Weatherall over the back spoiled. Might run onto this. Johnny Butcher goes to ground. He got tackled by Hearn. Umpire said no. It's been rushed through for a minor score. And another behind for the Eagles.
4-2-26 to Morwell's 6-9-45. 19-point lead to the Tigers. Carpet Country scoreboard.
Sam Walsh out of side of the ground has the ball, just in defensive 50 still for the Tigers. Comes back inboard. Can he find Tyler Brown? Has that player. Right back pocket. The margin, as you heard, 19 points in favour of the home side. Down the line, Max Linton. Haven't called his name a lot, but he's done a good job because he's kept his opponent pretty quiet. Cody McDonald bounces once, he bounces twice. I reckon he might go three. He goes three. Can he go four? He goes four. Can he kick a goal? He doesn't need. Zambrero!
That has to be.
Open up your doors. Here comes Cody McDonald.
Mark of the year, goal of the year. Unreal.
Molly, he just burnt him off like there was no one behind him. How quick did he go then? I can't even breathe.
That is goal of the year. Don't worry about Zambrero goal of the day. Goal of the year, Boxer, done.
What does he get for that? Three burritos.
He can have whatever. He can have $3 $45 vouchers.
You can have some bloody prosciutto, some cabana. You can have the whole lot. That was a magnificent goal. And just the confidence he showed in the pace. He took himself on and said, see you later. I'm going. And he went. So a great goal. I can't even describe how good that was.
And it's a 25-point lead to Morwell at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Back to the middle they go. Fleming knocked it down. Whack picked it off though. Kicks to centre half forward. Low press couldn't mark it. Holmes had the spoil and he wants to claim the mark, and he is. He's been paid. Centre half back Hudson Holmes. He wants to go directly down the middle of the ground. He wants someone at centre half forward to lead to him. And no one did, so he goes, I'll have to go sideways because no one wants to present. Renoy was the one. Channing went up with one hand and marked on the wing. Right foot kick to half forward. Big moments right here for the Morwell Bowling Club for the Eagles. Jolly kicks around the body. It was partially smothered though. Now the Tigers swoop on it. Campbell got it. Handballed out to no one in particular, and they go to ground. It might be a free kick. They're waiting. No, the umpire's going to go, you made no option. And Berkeley McFarlane will have that, holding the ball every day of the week. And he kicks it out to Judah Leake on the wing.
So Leake now from the outer side wing goes to the right half forward flank. Can he find Musil, the 100-game player today? He can't. There's a bundle of players around the ball, and the umpire eventually takes control.
I can still keep going with some scores. Mid-Kippy, Fish Creek 2-3-15 to MDU 3-1-19. Hill End 2-1-13. They league in 1-3-9. Newborough 6-7-43 to Foster 4-2-26.
Musil took it out of the ruck and then it didn't really go anywhere, and the umpire will have a secondary stoppage on the far side. 11 minutes into this second quarter, and the Tigers lead by 25 points as they've just flexed their muscles. 4 goals to 1 in this quarter so far. Channing from the stoppage, barrels one towards half forward, goes up, does Butcher. Good spoil by Hearn. Here's Bailey at ground level. He's been busy for Gippsland. Isuzu Ute gives it to Weatherall, drives it to half forward. Nobler presents Reid with a spoil from the Eagles. Here's Cody McDonald front and square, wrapped up in the tackle again by Reid. And the free kick We'll go to Cody McDonald. Didn't see what that one's for, Boxer. Did you?
No, I didn't see that one, Scudder.
All right, that's because you're watching the 4th at Caulfield. But Cody McDonald.
That's the 5th.
The 5th is it. McDonald now chisels one to the leading target. Brandon McDonald over the back was Hutz. He marks quickly, plays on to Geishan. Twisting, turning. Now little chip kick into the middle. Can he find Challenge? Will he put one hand out, the tapping in front? Carlson will close quickly. Challenger still paddling in front of him. Now he can gather it close to the boundary line. Hand backwards to Davis. Carlson did well. Challenge said, I'll take it again. And he kicks it towards half forward. Grant overruns it. Musil there was to mop it up. Gives a handball to Wetherill. Went to go handball, now he decides to kick, and it's a neat one, is it, down towards Linton. He dropped the mark, Butcher's there, goes to ground on one knee, pushes the defender away, gets around Hearn, snaps around the body, Johnny Butcher, if you don't mind. He just said, I might have a contender for the Zambrero goal today. Johnny Butcher.
That was fantastic. I don't know if it was as good as Cody McDonald's, but...
It's a great goal.
He turned back the year.
He's 6'5". He's intercepted a ball that's come inside 50. I don't know, it was the right decision there by... Who was the kicker then to Scud?
Wetherill kicking back to Linton, yep.
You know, just that decision, thought it was one-on-one. Butcher made the ground up. Geez, he made some ground up. But to kick the goal on the run the way he did and a banana kick, well done. Great goal. Hopefully that gives the Maffra side the boost they need.
Morwell led him by 19 points.
The last thing Morwell want is a confident John Butcher. Let me tell you right now, and he kicked 2 this quarter, but this bloke's been equally as good. Whack taken without the ball, play on the call. I thought it was a low tackle. It's been deep dropping the ball, so Butcher will take that ball. Can he find a man? He can. Has that man got some space? He has. Benny Brunt, the left leg. Can he find a winner inside 550? He does. Oh, drop what he should have taken, Tommy Jolly. Now he tries to pick up and fight off 2, and the umpire says no can do. Can't beat 2. Free kick Morwell's way.
He's given a 50 away as well.
Understandably. And you take the mark and you're having a shot at goal. That's the frustrating part of it. So Walsh will have it. There's no one on the mark. He chips it inside forward 50. The leads come for the forwards. No one can mark. Good work by the defence. There's that man Shelton. Oh, he nearly had a fresh airy. Judalik nearly ran him down. Carlson put a strong tackle on his opponent as well. Judalik goes to ground, and working hard was Shelton back there as well. Adams tried to get the ball to the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in some 80 metres around from the Tigers' goal. And
tell you what, Dave Adams has done a fantastic job on Brandon McDonald.
Yep.
For the ball inside 50 so often. Keep him goalless so far this afternoon.
Maffra's had a couple of free kicks here, and they get in towards Butcher, now towards Alex Carr. He drives it a half forward. Geishan can mark in front of Campbell. Now he plays on quickly. Strong body. Geishan kicks to the open space.
What a great kick.
That's experience. And this time Jolly takes the mark on his chest, and he gets his chance to have a shot on goal, which he needed to do a couple of moments ago.
Sure, the game plan today with Maffra, but I've been watching their bench. Their rotations have been huge today compared to Morwell. Just, I suppose, a little bit of an older bodies. I'm not sure what it is, but they really are working the bench hard.
So can Jolly get 2 in a row for the Eagles? A much-needed one. They trail by 19 points in this second quarter at the 15-minute mark. It's a big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club as Tom Jolly comes in and puts it through, and that's a great goal as well. That's just what they needed as the Eagles get 2 in a row and just steady the ship.
Kick 4 last week. I think kick 3 from probably the same spot at the ground at Maffra last week. So he loves that position of the ground, and no doubt about it, he was their best forward last week, and they really need him firing today. And that goal there might just be enough there to say, righto, let's go. Let's get back on our bikes and get back in this game.
And it's a 13-point lead to Morwell. We've played 15 minutes into the second quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard, Morwell 7-9-51, leading Maffra 6-2-38.
I've only got one more score in the North. Gippy is Tyres 8-2-50. They lead Cower just to 2 points.
So just when you thought they were out, Tom Jolly drags them back in. He drags them back in.
You can't use the Godfather scenarios here.
Come on, boy. You picked it up nicely as Morwell go forward through the half-back line, dancing around a couple and doing it nicely with Zach Carlson. Can they find a winner? They can. A beautiful ball by Bailey, and then finds Noblet on the lead in front of Hutz. It was beautiful to watch.
Both sides have used the ball incredibly well inside. Just a cool head. They've held the ball up, or they've fended a player off just to get the ball to the best position they can, and they've just laced out there into a lead in Noblet. Great kick.
So Noblet now, left leg, 40 metres out off the boot. It's the left upright if you don't mind. Another behind.
taking Morwell to 7-10-52, 14-point lead over Maffra, who are 6-2-38. Carpet Country scoreboard, almost 17 minutes played, second quarter.
Holmes from the square kicks out towards Renoy, who can turn around and play on and go short to Reed. They're still in a 50 now. He runs out of his defensive 50. The forward handball is good to Bennett. He gets to the wing, drives it over the back. Here's Jolly. Can he go up and elevate? Has one hand up. Brown did well. He's going to claim the mark, Brown. And Brown was able to mark and switch it out towards Walsh. It landed at his toes. Oh, he's good enough to get around Butcher, but then coughed it up. Gave it straight back to Bennett. Bennett gave a handball to Chatty. He gave it to Bailey. Well, they turn it over again. Bailey kicks to the wing. Noblet lets it sit. Closing quickly is Shelton. Noblet in front spot. Taps it to himself. Shelton goes to ground. Noblet still on his feet. Tapping still. Now he overs a run. It comes in for Judah Leake. Does well. Gets it back to Bailey. He can gather it. Handball to Noblet. He's in a tackle from Adams. And the umpire said holding the ball at Holmes in the end.
How fit is Boyd Bailey? The ground that he makes up for his second and third pickup in every possession he can get is incredible.
Holmes kicks towards Brunt and shoved in the back. Brunt, he's going to give away a free kick to Walsh.
Scut half-time in the AFL, just about to get started down there again, and it's not Kennedy Stadium, it's wherever they're playing. And it's the Hawks, 9-4-58 to North, not 2-5-17.
So Walsh goes backwards to Grant. He goes inboard on the 45 to Carlson, and Bennett made him earn it.
He's been good today, Carlson.
He has.
Really good.
Carlson, well, he gets off the line. He gets called to play on. He goes backwards inside his defensive 50 to Hearn on his own. Square it out wide to Wetherill. Has he got someone on the wing for him? No, the switch doesn't continue. So well done by the Eagles to slow that switch up as Wetherill has to kick down the line to a contest, and in the front spot, Shelton. He dropped the mark. Wax said, well, I'll come in and try and win it. Crashes through his own player. Goes to ground. They try and look for a free kick out there to the Eagles. Ball squirts away, and the Tigers are away through Jacobson.
So Jacobson goes towards McDonald, who's on the arc of 50. He's going to have another go at Jacobson. Dances around, ballroom style, and then kicks inside 4 at 50. Musil can't take it. Butts can. Can he find a way through? He can't. A quick kick, I reckon, by Jacobson again.
Low press.
Low press, and that was smothered off the off the boot and over the boundary line. 30 metres from Morwell's goal. 7-10 Morwell. That's a total of 52. Maffra 6-2-38. We've played 19 minutes of this second quarter.
14 points, as Poppy said. Front spot was Whack. Reed over the top. Working at ground level was Noblet. Squeezed out. Quick little kick out there from Ed Carr. To half-back, McFarlane was there. Squeezed a handball back to the run of Brown. He's usually a good kick. Goes to Bailey. Can't mark it. Carlson was front and square. Good desperation there by the Eagles in Ed Carr it is. And he causes the stoppage and a ball up top of the 50. The Tigers press. They lead it by 14 points, 20-minute mark of this second quarter. Round 15 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Big spoil out from Fleming. Bennett handballed across to some open space. Said to Anderson, go get it. I'll give it back to Bennett by hand. He's chip around the body. Miss Channing. The Tigers have got numbers. Brown will repel this back to Bailey again. This is touch number how many, Paul Carter? And it's a chiselling kick to Noblet. Steps around one, got one over the shoulder and wins a free kick.
22.
Perfect spot for a shot here for Noblet. Left footer. No wind to talk of now. He just needs to get a bit more back on his kick and his run up.
So Boyd Bailey, stat highs for Gippsland Isuzu Ute, winner this afternoon at 22. And we've just
20-minute mark of the second quarter.
There's just a bit more pressure on him now because his uncle Mick has just turned up as well. So we've got Mick, John, and old man Nobby. So we're all three.
Nathan Noblet will come in. Let's see what the emotion's like on this time from 49 metres. He's kept it skinny. They're not going to get too excited there. And it's a minor score.
He's going to be heartbroken when he gets home tonight and finds out he's been adopted out of the family.
7-11-53 Morwell. They're 15 points to the better of Maffra, who are 6-2-38. Carpet Country scoreboard, almost 21 minutes played second quarter.
Huts at Holmes to bring the ball back into play. Looks to his right and then goes left, kicks 50 metres, finds an option in the middle of the park, and it's a good option too. Butcher, who plays on quickly. And I reckon it could be Channing, who takes a bounce, takes 2 bounces. He says, if McDonald can do it, I can. He runs to within 45. He kicks for goal. It's Mitch Bennett at his best. Ground level. The fight's on for the ball. And I reckon a Morwell player was taken high. Play under caller behind, one of the most exciting behinds I've called in my career.
So Brown got it out to Bailey again, who kicks it out. He's now getting touches in the back half to Cohen Campbell. He's got McAuliffe down the line. He's got Bailey over the top, and Bailey just pucks one hand out.
That double run.
That will be 50, is it? No.
Gee, Steve Esler's caught it for less than that.
Right in front of the Maffra coaching box as well. Bailey's kick inboard to Grant. Grant will go backwards to Hearn in his defensive 50, all on his own. He's got one out the far side of the ground. If he can get it to Oddie, decides to go to him now, and he can mark. He's got some space. He get a handball or a kick over the top if he wants. He'll kick to Campbell, who's just misread it. Although the Tigers are there, McFarlane squirts a handball backwards to Brown. They go back to Oddie again. Oddie's little chip kick out to Campbell this time, and again, missed him. He's got 2 to beat, does Cohen Campbell, and he did well. Right foot kick. Here's McDonald. Does it stay in the field of play? He's good. He's hard up on the boundary line. He has a shot, but he wants 2, Zambrero Golden Aid. It's a point, though. And it's good transition footy from the Tigers. The Eagles are going to stop that. The margin sits at 15 points, Paul.
7-12-54 Morwell to 6-3-39 Maffra.
All he needed was a Chicnana to get through there. A Chanana. He would have found his way through for sure. I tell you what, though, it seems as though Maffra are starting to drag their heels a bit against the pace and stamina of Morwell as they work their way, thread their way through the back half, through James Hutt's defensive 50. Looks for, finds, Bedge good, finally takes a mark. Not sure if it's his first today, Paul Carter.
Not following him.
So Bedge good, I'll tell you it's his first.
That was his first.
Nicely done. It gets around to Maffra. They run themselves in and don't get out of trouble as the turnover's been made, and Morwell now through Sam Walsh just forward of half-back line again to McDonald. Takes the mark, Cody McDonald. And now looks upfield. There have been some busy players for Morwell, and you've been hearing them all afternoon as he finds all too easily an option in the centre of the ground, and I reckon that could be Linton, isn't it? Yep. So Linton goes inside, forward 50, ball out the back, and it's Maffra who'll now ease the pressure. They'll do it nicely too. They do it through Anderson, dances around. The Eagles need to get over the top of Linton, and they can't.
Mark's nearly in the middle of the ground. His little chip kick goes to Walsh. It took a long time to get there, but he had enough space to gather it and chip it around to Grant, who can elevate. He goes the forward handball to Bailey, and Bailey can run to 55 with a left foot bomb, goes deep to the goal square. Reid will get a fist up, keeps it in the field of play. Adam said, I'll rush it over. And we have another minor score. They're up to 13 points now.
7-13-55, leading Maffra 6-3-39.
Big moments for Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon. Pot and Palmer night is tonight from 5:30, only $20 as Holmes receives the short kick.
Just around the corner too, Scudman.
Certainly is. We can see it from here. They've got a big renovation happening at the moment. Big new function centre happening over there. It's huge. It certainly is. Alex Carr has it in defensive back pocket in front of the can bar, or the Legends bar as it's known here at the Rec Reserve. Kicks towards Fleming. Can't quite mark it. Good little crowd building around the Legends bar as well. And how many good stories would you hear up there, Boxer?
A lot. Absolutely a lot. And if you were up there, Poppy, there'd be more and more and more.
Yeah, probably a few fights too as they punch my head in. Anyway, ball around about the half-forward line.
I wasn't implying that. We won't send you there at half-time. Just go for a wander over to the Legends bar. See what sort of reception you get.
Just tell them that Winter Amalgam was back in the day.
And Poppy, if they've forgotten you've got the maroon on anyway, that'll help them remember.
Oh dear. Paul, a ball brought back in. Wack does a good job. Can he keep it in? He can. Nice. Can he find a teammate in Hillier? He can. A kick around the body. It is by Lapres. Top of the square. It's a good mark. And I reckon it could be McDonald. Let's see who pops up with it. Brandon McDonald's the man.
Good mark.
Good mark. In heavy traffic.
He's been well held today too, so just for that confidence levels now, he's pulled off a great mark, just needs to finish it off.
Well, they've kicked 7 goals and 13 behinds. So it's never a gimme when you have these sort of days, but if anyone can kick a goal, it's this man. And he has. But I tell you what, he just squeezed it in.
Yeah, that goal umpire did a bit of dancing for sure to get across to the left-hand side as we look at it. 22-point lead to Morwell at the 26-minute mark of the second quarter. The Tigers are 8-13-61, leading Maffra 6-3-39. Carpet Country scoreboard.
5 goals to 3 in this quarter to the Tigers. They led by 8 points at quarter time. The margin, as we just said, it's out to 22.
Showed some really good maturity there too, the Tigers, because young side, they were challenged there by Maffra and they've been able to get a couple back.
So Fleming and Wack. This time Fleming tapped it down to Alex Carr, and Bailey was tackling or more riding him into the ground.
Oh, yeah, I'd say he's right.
I think he asked the question,
he did.
because he did look like he was riding into the ground like a rocking horse.
Yeah. Fleming again taps it down. McFarlane was good there. Just a little tap to allow Bailey to run onto it. Get a handball out again to Hillier, and he can run, and he can deliver to Brandon McDonald again, who marks on his chest. The centre clearance, and there's got one over the top if he wants. He's not going to go there. He does now, goes to short to Riley Lopez, and the siren sounds. And a missed opportunity for the Tigers, but it's been a good quarter from them. They get the margin out to 22 points at half-time. And isn't it great to see all the little Oz kickers run onto the ground at half-time? They're going to have an absolute ball as we get things going for the half-time wrap. It is the Tigers at half-time, 8 goals, 13-61, leading Maffra 6-3, 39, a 22-point margin. It is Gippsland Live, and it's round...
Especially because Saturday is Pot and Palmer night. Choose from the selection of yummy Palmer toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30pm. Includes a pot of beer, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134 3449. 52 Hazelwood Road, Morwell. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week.
100% Aussie Angus and chunky tomato relish. Try the mighty Angus at Macca's.
This is the third quarter. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business, all right. It is the all-important third quarter, all thanks to McDonald's. The 100% Aussie Angus meat. The fresh lettuce, onion and juicy tomato. You can try a classic Angus at Macca's today. It's available after 10:30am. Boxers already had 3 this afternoon. This third quarter, the all-important one. The Tigers are leading by 22 points. A couple of injury concerns for the Eagles. Cade Renoy looks like he's done for the day with a hamstring, and Reid, Poppy, you're a bit surprised.
Hanging on by a hamstring thread, I reckon.
Yep, well, we'll see how it pans out. Umpire's just waiting for the little kids to get off. Wasn't it great to see the Oz kickers out there at half-time?
Brilliant. And then to wait for the players to come through, and the players giving them little high fives on the way through. It was just would have been the highlight of their afternoon, those kids. And well done to everybody involved that's been organised in that for the afternoon and for the whole season as well.
It was quite funny because as the players were running through, I saw Darren Kulik run through and give the players, little kids a high five as well.
Well, they just want to know who I was. That's all it was. Back in the middle of this third quarter. Fleming got it down. Butcher and Carr. That's Alex. Shrugs the tackle. Tries to get a handball. Being pinged for holding the ball.
Has to be.
Hillier is the one who has it in the middle of the ground. Right foot kick. The leading target will be Musil and Noblet. Good work there by Shelton. Double fisted outside his defensive 50. Carlson wins it. Oh, he just had a bit of a bobble. And it goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Scott, if anyone's listening out there, we're really struggling to get scores at the minute because of internet and other issues as well. But we've got a few scores we'll go through in a minute.
The ball comes back into the field of play. Whack in the front spot. Tapped it down. Cody McDonald's been great. Right foot chiseling kick is unbelievable to McCall. If they've got numbers everywhere on board, Riley Lopez was the one, although he missed the target with the kick. And there's Reid looking agile as ever to clear it out to Thatcher.
Never seen him look so good, to be honest, as Reid gives Grant keeps possession, goes backwards to David Adams. He chips inboard and finds his teammate there in Thatcher, Thomas Thatcher. Risky kick he considered was going to cross the defensive 50, chooses to go down the line. Bedgood caught behind the back, but off the back is Brunt, I reckon. The kick long, and now half-forward flank. They need to get the first goal, you'd think. Carr overruns the ball. Butcher does not. Handballs to the advantage of his teammate in Challenge, and Challenge kicks for goal, but just offline. Minus score, but the first score of the third quarter.
Taking Maffra to 6-4-40 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 21 points in arrears of Moore, who are 8-13-61.
Boxer around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland.
Bairnsdale 5-3-33. They trail Druin 6-6-42. Leongatha 4-7-31. This could be progressive as well. To Warrigal 2-3-15.
McDonald, that's Cody McDonald, got it to McFarlane at the top of the 50. He goes short to low Prez, under pressure from Holmes. Good spoil, then he won the footy back. Holmes lowered the eyes nicely and found Jolly. And we know Jolly is a goal scorer. He got 2 in that first half of football.
He's a beautiful set shot of goal, Scub. We saw that last week as well.
And the big moments for the Morwell Bowling Club now right here with the Eagles. They must get this one to kickstart their third quarter. And he'll come in on a 45-degree angle, kicking towards the city end of the ground in the rec reserve, the Legends bar end. They'll be giving him some advice, but on this occasion his right foot kick goes away and it's upright. And it's 2 minor scores to kick things off in the third. Paul?
6-5-41 Maffra, and Morwell are on 8-13-61.
Continue with your scores box.
Yep, in the mid-Gippy, Fish Creek 5-3-33. They trail MDU 6-2-38 and Hill End 3-5-23. They lead Yanar 2-4-16.
The important one for Hill End, let me tell you, is the ball's been marked here by Maffra's defender in Thomas Thatcher. Just forward of the half-back line, goes inboard, finds a teammate in Joshy Davis. They give ground, but they've got a little bit of space in which to work some magic here. And let's see if Dave Adams can't do that. And in defensive 50, looks up, he's got plenty of time to consider a number of options and chooses to go long. A nice bounce over the top, and Maffra now have got some room to wiggle, and they do just that. It's Danny Butcher from 55 who plays on back to Channing, I reckon it could be, or Challenge. And Challenge goes inboard and really turned over what shouldn't have been turned over, and Morwell now will ease the pressure on their defence.
Yeah, Hilliard marked and then kicked it to Cody McDonald. He'll kick to the wing. It goes to Brandon McAuliffe. Just sort of come off the shin there of Thatcher, and it went towards the boundary line. Boundary throw in.
Yeah, they worked hard, the Morwell middies, just to get back and help out in defence as well. So you saw Hilliard, McDonald, they're all inside, covered the hole up really well then did Hilliard.
So ball will come back into the field of play. Half-back flank for the Tigers. Half-forward flank for the Eagles. Fleming works hard. I'll give it to Whack, though, in the end. Alex Carr and Carlson works at ground level. Davis picked it up, lost it, didn't have the footy in the end, and Davis will win the free kick.
Scud, the other match of the day down at Wonthaggi. It's Wonthaggi 4-9-33. They lead Traralgon 3-4-22.
So Davis kicks in towards the Bedgood area. 2 bites. Mark. No, the umpire said play on. Gives it to Brunt. His kick was smothered as he kicked around the body. Challenge will give it back to Brunt by hand, and Whack said get out of bounds. And knocked him out, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 40 metres are out now from the Eagles' goal.
Umpire made the right call then too. Grant got his hands on the mitts first. Looked like from here, Bedgood clearly marked, but from what I could see, Grant got his hands on it first.
20-point margin, 4-minute mark of the third.
And Maffra into attack, and McDonald again being good both ends of the ground, this time defensively. Bounces inside with traffic around. That's how well he's going. And James Dakinson takes the mark. I tell you what, he's going to go searching through the corridor back to McDonald, who takes a good strong mark. He's been busy in this third quarter. He thought he was in trouble, but it was a teammate. He stopped and propped and then kicked nicely to Musil, and off they go through Carlson, through the corridor. Nicely done to McFarlane. McFarlane, he's going to come grandstand side because they're starting to work the ball nice. Archie Grant, play on's the call. They've just got the numbers around the ball. Maffra can't get close at the moment, and Musil takes a mark right half forward flank. So he's got Hutch on the mark, right half forward flank. The kick needs to be good. Noblet needs to be good. He flew high, got hands to the ball. Geesing, quick hands in traffic to Butcher. Equally as good. Bennett finds himself into trouble. Butcher ducks around one. He's going to get caught. He got caught. A good tackle, Brandon McAuliffe. And they play on quickly. And can they take the mark in 450? They can't. Good pressure. They're 45 metres from goals, but really starting to turn the screws as over the top McFarlane goes with a handball. He looks for Bailey. Bailey this time is thumped, crushed and crashed to the ground. 5 3/4 minutes gone, third quarter. Morwell up by 20 points.
Special moments then too. McAuliffe, that was brilliant tackle inside 50.
Can they get something for the stoppage? Plemmy just knocks it straight out. Lands in Hillier's hand. Snap around the body. Not going to score. It's going to go away and over. Out of bounds on the full in the end. 20-point margin in the third quarter. 6 minutes have gone. The Eagles need to get a bit of a wriggle on. As we said at the start of the game, they've played 22 years straight in finals action. That is in jeopardy if they lose today. Of course, the Tigers will go 2 games clear and make it very, very difficult for the Eagles to make finals if they lose today. It's all or nothing, you would think. And they've just gone lateral. Ed Carr went to Hutz. He can chip it over the top. And the from Poppy was a bad turnover. Lopez was able to get it. He's going to cough it back up to him again. That was a bit ordinary. Back will go Noblet to cause a contest. They got some numbers, the Eagles. They didn't capitalise on that one, the Tigers, and Hutz just barrels it back outside of his 50. Ground level out there was Anderson. Gave it backwards to Bennett. He chipped one over the top, and he found Brunt on the wing.
So Brunt hasn't been their worst player today, but he's going to have to be even better, as has a handful of his teammates, because they're going to find something out of nothing at the moment to drag themselves back into this game. Brunt gets on the end of it again, just short of the wing. He dances around one and he goes inboard. Can he find Carr? He can.
They're all stagnant.
But they're running on the spot at the moment, and I tell you what, they're going to get themselves in trouble, I reckon. Getting themselves out was Shelton, but he needs to do something, and he hasn't. And a turnover again as the Tigers go forward again.
Yeah, Hillier got it out to Jacobson. He had to stretch and dive and mark. He plays on, handballs it to Bailey, who chisels a kick to McDonald, and that's Brandon. And Mark's hard up on the boundary line. Maffra are stationary. They have concrete in their boots at the moment and are not moving for the football. They want it just where they are, and that's not going to get the job done today, you wouldn't think, Boxer?
No, I don't think he had a few chances to give that off, though. He gives himself every chance here.
So Brandon McDonald's a shocking kick off the boots, missed everything from 30 metres out, and it's out of bounds on the full. But no score.
Janana, that one.
I'll keep going with some scores in the Gippy. We've got some absolute rippers happening at the moment. Newborough at 9-10-64. They lead Boston 9-4-58.
Good game.
Stony Creek 10-10-70 to Tura 3-2-20. And Morwell East 10-4-64 to Thorpedale 4-3-27.
They're all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. Upgrade to Australian-made mattress and ensemble of the leading Aussie brands.
So a lot of teams fighting for a top 6 spot in mid-Gippsland, and a few teams right here in front of us fighting for a top 5 spot. Maffra dragging their way through. Alex Carr comes grandstand side. Oh, the ball sometimes just doesn't bounce your way, and you need a favourable bounce as Wack gets the free kick for dropping the ball, and here we go again. Another touch. Bailey gets met by Geishan, and why wouldn't you? It's what you need to do. Start to slow them down. McDonald from outside 50. Another touch for him. He's been the busiest player in this third quarter. Top of the goal square. Grand level. Hudson Holmes drags the ball in. Left foot kick. His knee under pressure. There's an option over the top for Brunt to go and find teammate Channing, and he can't find that player. They're just starting to slow. The pressure from Morwell is starting to tell as they come inboard and they find Alex Carr.
Nice kick.
Maffra will come grandstand side from one car to another. Alex is on the end of this one. Looks up forward. He kicks to the advantage of Butcher, but it needs to be perfect for the big guy, and it's not. He takes on Carlson. Gets rid of Carlson with one hand. A left foot inside the corridor. Doesn't hit the man. And now Morwell get themselves out of trouble.
Yeah, McFarlane nicely to Carlson, who kicked to Wack, and he will kick towards McDonald and Noblet, who both crash into each other. And collateral damage. Noblet's down as well. Carr didn't mean it, I don't think. And also Shelton's down as well. Carr is going to be reported, I think. I didn't see it, Boxer. Did you see it? I was looking at Shelton.
I'm more worried about John, his dad, over the bench there. So just he looks a little bit concerned. So obviously there must have been something in it for the players to remonstrate the way they are.
Yeah, they are getting into it. There's going to be a 50-metre penalty, and I think Ed Carr will be either sent off, is it, or report. So now they're played on, they'll go with the football. Cody McDonald has a flying shot at goal. It's going to be a minor score, so the margin will get out to 21 points. Noblet's going to come from the ground. Carr comes from the ground. It doesn't seem to be a send-off because Butcher comes on. And now Carr has a go at the boundary. And now John Noblet starts to get involved, Boxer. You better be careful. Someone better hold him back. Yeah. He's starting to walk. I tell you what, there's one person you don't want to have a look at.
And there you go.
Now Alex Carr rolls around with the ball. I'll keep calling the football. Kicks it out wide. Chips over the top there from Anderson. Looking for Bedgood. Just got underneath the footy there, did Bedgood. Wack was able to come and pick it up and kick him board. Starting to get a bit physical there. They crashed into Bailey. Wack goes in. Wack got thrown on the ground as well, but the Tigers are all full of run. Linton chips it over the top to Boyd Bailey.
There's a bit going on the other side of the ground too, Scott.
Boyd Bailey's left foot kick to a danger zone. All numbers. Here's Shelton. Good work back there was Adams. Makepeace puts him under pressure as well. Reed's back there to be the goalkeeper. He can gather it and chip it out wide. And he can find Ed Carr. He goes inboard to Petro, who can mark right in the middle of the ground.
So Petro for Maffra, they need to goal. They need to get the next goal, or all of a sudden the belief will be back. Inside forward 50, one-on-one. Ball spills to the ground. A nice bounce. Maffra walking to an open goal. The kick is off the side of the boot and through for a minor score by Benny Brunt.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Grant, though, too. He put him off the ball. He ran into an open goal and just got enough in it just to put the kick off.
6-6-42 Maffra, it's 20 points behind Moore, 8-14-62, and we've played 12 minutes and not a goal yet this quarter.
Kick in towards Hearn. Boxer, you got one job, and that is to watch when our car comes back onto the ground.
I'm watching everything down on the bench.
The interchange is what we want to watch.
I cannot take my eyes off the interchange bench.
Well, Archie Grant has it in the back pocket, chips it over the top to Carlson, who can mark. And just slows things up, does Carlson. The Tigers lead it by 20 points, but Maffra just lift their intensity level a little bit. They need to capitalise, though, if they're going to chip away at this margin. Can the Tigers go inboard? Dangerous kick turnover. Here's Alex Carr. Got one over the shoulder. No, he didn't. And the umpire said Oddie's tackle was good, fair. And we're going to stoppage on the wing.
I can confirm there's no report, though. There's no report. He'll be coming back on in a minute.
Or send-off. No report or send-off as well.
Yep.
So Butcher from the stoppage, got a little toe poke to it, didn't go through far. That ground level Petro did well, got it out to challenge. Quick little torpedo kick, inside forward 50, this is their chance. Hearn did well, Jolly might get there first. Hearn's second effort was good, but he overran it. Butcher gathers it, gets around, Hearn running down, play on to the umpire. Petro will snap around the body, it goes higher than it does longer. Big pack forms, ball in dispute. Players are down left, right and centre. Grant's on the ground holding, I don't know what. He's taking his time getting up. And the Eagles, you can just sense it, they're building.
They've put the whistles away, the umpires. There was a couple of free kicks definitely in those couple of patches of play.
Here's Rob Popplestone.
So Butcher tried to get the ball out of the ruck throw up and couldn't take it one hand. So Morwell now under pressure but equal to the task. Musil over the top. Oh, good tackle, dropping the ball.
Butcher.
Just when you thought the whistles weren't going to be blown, Danny Butcher comes in and goes bang. So Butcher now from 65 kicks to the top of the square. That's where the brother should be.
Oh!
That's where the brother is. And he takes a big, strong pack mark. Does Big Johnny Butcher.
Wow. What a contested grab by Big John. Directly in front as well. The margin's at 20 points. This is your big moment of the game for the Morwell Bowling Club.
So Johnny Butcher, he's one of a dozen players in this Maffra side that knows what the pressure's all about and he can perform under it. But now he needs to finish off what has been a courageous big mark. Big Butcher, straight in front, off the boot. It looks okay. Maffra are alive and well. Thank you very much.
It's incredible. It's his third goal for the afternoon. But one thing about Maffra is if you want to throw a little bit of petrol over a fire, they'll keep going.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. And, we've had a few little spot fires happening here and there. And this is the sort of stuff they like. And you spoke about a pre-game in regards to some of that physicality. Well, it's starting to sort of pay a few little dividends right now for Maffra.
14-point lead to Moore at the 14-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Tigers on 8:14.62. Maffra now 7:6.48.
It took us 15 minutes for that first goal as well, and it is right upon us now. The next 5 minutes might just go tell us a little bit about which way this game will pan out in the last quarter. The Eagles are building and back to the middle. Fleming tries his hard to get a handle on it. Back there is that man Ed Carr, overran it. Quick kick by Danny Butcher, goes high again. Who's going to fly for this one? It might be Danny Butcher. He nearly marked his own footy. Cody McDonald comes the other way, gets slung around in the tackle. The Eagles have lifted. They handle out wide. Challenge gets it out to Davis. Carlson chases him down. Challenge overruns the footy. McAuliffe was there. Got one over the shoulder. Play on. Davis puts it back inside forward 50. Here's John Butcher again. Takes a strong mark. The contested marks are coming now for the big Butch.
You can't even question that. That was one of the best contested marks you want to see because the way the flight was and the way his body was in motion falling back. The ball fell between his legs, so he had the luck on his side. But he's on fire. John Butcher, he's been renowned for this before in the past. He's getting a little bit of flack from some people over the boundary line as well. So it's happening everywhere.
It is an unbelievable game of football. John Butcher's got 3. The margin sits at 14 points to get it inside single digit. Butcher, no, missed it. He's kept it skinny. It's a minor score. And exactly what the legends at the bar told him exactly what to do. That's what he did. But for the Eagles fans, they wanted 6.
And at 7:49, Maffra to Morwell 8:14.62.
So Sam Walsh to bring the ball back into play goes short and goes towards the pocket in Weatherall. Taylor. He looks up forward and all of a sudden Maffra have closed a lot of gaps. Morwell player in trouble in the centre of the oval.
Riley
Oddie. That one. See how he feels, what his problem might be. But at the moment, Morwell on field are one man down. The player is Tyler Brown with the ball. Comes who else is Boyd Bailey. He's been busy.
With Oddie, he got cleaned up when Butcher tried to mark his own kick.
Yep. And he's suffering as I reckon it looks like ribs the way he's holding his stomach area as Morwell, half-back flank. Haven't really threatened their forward 50 for a little while. Fleming punches the ball towards the boundary line, then comes in, lays another good tackle, and all of a sudden the gang tackles are starting to bob their head up. And Morwell need to get their game going again. They've been good and they've responded to all pressure today, but there's more pressure on them than ever before.
Yeah, got to lift now. This is it. 17-minute mark, third quarter. All-important third quarter for McDonald's. Whack taps it 2 or 3 times, got ball to boot. And then dribbles over the boundary line. And that little niggle that you speak about before the game, that physicality that Maffra needed to bring, it hasn't been there for the first half. And now it is. And they're back in the game.
They are indeed. They're starting to fire up. I think it's more through frustration, through not being able to stop the run rather than anything else. But guess what? It has brought them into the game. You're spot on as Carlson dances around. Can he find a teammate? He can't because it's so much traffic. It's like the corner of Flinders Street on a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. It is busy. There's cars everywhere.
Look out.
Fleming beaten at the ruck by Whack. Nicely done. The 1-2 feeds it off. Bailey loses a handle on it just momentarily. And then the 1-2 kicks to the top of the square. And Maffra answer by Dave Adams. Marks in the last line of defence. Now they've been able to find gaps here for most of the day. They go short this time and they find Hutt's left back pocket. See behind play. I can tell you that Brandon McAuliffe is starting to throw a couple of little rib punches to people that probably he shouldn't. His car goes down the guts and finds the big man in Petro, who's that right half forward flank's got a runner. Here we go. Could this be another one? Mitchy Bennett backs himself in on his left, kicks to the top of the square. He needs a favourable bounce, and it does a back turn. It's still in play. They're still under pressure, but they've got the numbers around the ball to get themselves out. Or have they? They have. Linton, nice work.
Yeah, Hearn as well was there and gave a kick to Wetherill. Gets it out wide to Cody McDonald. Marks in the defensive 50. 20 minutes have ticked over. In the third quarter, Cody McDonald kicks towards the grandstand side. Hutt's just worked Musil underneath it. Here's McAuliffe and Noblet's back on the ground. He gets shoved over again, does Noblet. Nice handball from Makepeace. Gave it to Musil. One bounce. Chips it over the top. Leak will go back with the flight. Brandon McDonald's there and plucks it over the top. Brandon McDonald. And Noblet comes off again.
Yeah, he's got to come now because his shoulder, after that contest with Carr before, his left shoulder looks like it's in a bit of strife.
And he's been dangerous all day as Noblet too, so it'll be big news. Of course, Maffra's out, Cade Renoy. He won't play in this second half, so they're one short. Brandon McDonald, though, to just steady the ship for the Tigers. Pushes it across the face, and it's a minor score, and those 14 points now becomes 15, and they just start to have a little bit of a worry.
8:15.63 to Maffra 7:7.49.
Quickly go around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture in Gippsland. In the AFL, it's halfway through the last quarter and it's the Hawks 15-7-97. They lead North Melbourne 5-8-38. 59-point leaders are the Hawks.
All right, 20 minutes gone as Holmes brings the ball back into play. They play on too, no man on the mark, so what should have been a little bit more difficult has become easier. Maffra now right half-back flank. Outer side of the ground, kicking to the left of Radio through Henry Anderson. Along the line he goes, 50-metre leg, just short of half forward. Bench good one, Grant can't take another one though. So they're in a spot of bother. Wacker tackled with the ball, gets a quick kick to Musil, and off they go. The handball from Musil wasn't great, didn't need to be, as Boyd Bailey gets another touch. He doesn't normally waste it, but that kick wasn't as good as most of his possessions have been today. And now what should have been an assault on goal has become a desperate fight to get hold of the ball at the top of their forward 50. They've got the numbers around the ball, but they just can't get their hand on it. They do now. They do get themselves out. Nicely done, McAuliffe. Can he find a teammate? Campbell's a player that he goes for, and James Jacobson's a player who gets it on the arc of 50. I reckon he's going to play on here. He plays on, the umpire calls it, he goes short. And McDonald, who's been offline today from in front of goals, guess what? If ever you're going to kick one, these are the ones you do.
They're just dead leads though too, because his opponent there too, in Adams, just sucked him into the pocket and kept him in the pocket. Good play by Brandon McDonald though to double up and double the leads, but it just puts himself in an awkward spot.
So McDonald now from the boundary, kick for goal. Upright. So yet another behind for the full forward today. Only the one goal in the second quarter.
8:16.64 now Morwell score, 15-point lead over Maffra, 7:7.49. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 22 minutes played, third quarter.
Hudson Holmes plays on again. Chip kick, although he put his teammate under a bit of a pressure. It was Anderson. And Holmes took on the tackle. There'll be a free kick. Holmes will put on a strong tackle on Bailey, wins himself the free kick. He wants someone to come at him. Decides to go lateral to Alex Carr. That was dangerous. Now Carr's kick is beautiful to Adams. They got some runners left and right. He goes out to the left. It is Reed. Hambles over the top. Thatcher had to jump and gather it by hand. His wobbly kick will be turned over. And Walsh takes a mark. He quickly plays on. The run was from Brown. He chips it over the top. He's got Jacobson with a nice hit. Nicely done. Jacobson just getting held up. Thatcher has to hold and wait. Inboard kick towards Wack. He can mark. He didn't want to play on. The umpire wanted to call it. Ed Carr wanted him to play on.
Yes.
Now Wack decides to square it up again to Cohen Campbell, the youngster, right in the centre square for the Tigers. He's nearly a kick and a half or 2 kicks away. He's going to do the run and draw. Decides not to give it. He went backwards in the end of Linton. He sold some candy around Geishan. Linton's kick to a dangerous spot. The hot spot's there, but no Tigers there. And marking that is Hutz. 23 minutes gone. The third quarter, and the margin sits at 15 points for the Tigers. Hut's got it out to Channing.
So Channing goes towards right half-back flank. Is it Anderson from right half-back flank on that left leg along the line? They're starting to find some room to move now. James Reed, who I thought was dead and buried at three-quarter time, has all of a sudden come out and played the best quarter of footy he has in the afternoon. Nicely done to Butcher, right half-forward flank. Maffra slowly weaving their way through the defence of Morwell, go inside forward 50. This is where they're broken down, and this is where they're broken down again. Bedgood taken off the ball by Hillier, who takes a nice mark and ever so easily finds his teammate in Weatherall at the outer side of the ground.
Good to see midfielders helping out in the back half, as Boxer said earlier.
One of the things I would have done, though, too, Scott, they're falling down at half forward, Maffra. Andrew Petro, we know, has been a great lead-up forward for him for many years. Maybe it's the time to put him in that position so they get some sort of square it up at half forward.
Well, the Tigers through Cody McDonald went back to Archie Grant. They haven't travelled too far forward. They're on the other side of the ground now, back to Weatherall, where he started it.
Hey, Scott, big score coming out of Sale at the moment. Sale 16-14, 110. They lead Moe 10-6-66.
Well, the Tigers just playing tempo footy here, and they might have a turnover. Brown went down the middle of the ground. Cody McDonald's got some pace, gets around one. And wrapped up in a Geishan tackle. Holding the ball every day of the week.
Scott.
Yes, absolutely. He took it on. Now, Geishan's too far out. Is he going to have a shot? The old weary legs of Geishan.
No,
he's a bit sheepish.
He won't get it to the 50 line.
No, well, he doesn't actually have a shot. He wants to have a chat to Wacky before this just starts to bubble, and Butcher comes in, and Wack comes in as well.
I don't know why Wack would do it. Why? You're in control of the game.
Yeah,
this is exactly what Maffra want you to do.
It's going to boil. Bedgood comes in and grabs Wack. I think it's going to boil over. Leak grabs him as well. There's a bit more. Johnny Butcher says hello. The umpires can't do anything. We won't go to a break yet. Hearn now, and the smart heads of the Tigers grab Wack and drag him out of it. Hearn says get out, and that will be it. That's three-quarter time. We have got an absolute belter on our hands. 15 points is the margin. It's the Tigers leading, but the Eagles are pressing.
I tell you what, redheads, they go a bit crazy, don't they?
And the problem we've got now is that we've got the umpires trying to take control, and then the players are actually remonstrating with him, so they're not really getting anywhere, are we?
Well, they are. It's going to be one hell of a final quarter. Stick with us. It's the Tigers and the Eagles. It's the Tigers 8-16-64 leading Maffra 7-7-49 as we go to the break. They are still going at it, the Maffra boys with the umpires as well. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM, and it's thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
In 2022, TRFM is dedicated to providing Gippsland and the Valley with quality local news.
The state government has confirmed the 2026 Commonwealth Games will run from the 17th to the 29th of March with Gippsland as a regional hub. We could see more events in the region, with expressions of interest being invited from international sporting bodies for new events to be included.
Part of Gippsland and the Valley's way of life. TRFM, on the air and on iHeartRadio and radio app.
The Triple T Deluxe Burrito and Quesadilla are back this winter at Sambrero. Twice the cheese, loaded with rich Truffello sauce, toasted and oh so warm. For a limited time, only at Sambrero. It's Feel Good Mex.
Come and check out one of Gippsland's biggest and best ranges of quality furniture and bedding at Morwell's Furniture and Bedtime in Sale. Be amazed at the great range and the prices, plus free delivery in Gippsland still applies. Remember, Morwell's Furniture and Bedtime, no
Exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Terrelgan.
Flanagan's Terrelgan, $18 pot and Palmer, Monday to Friday. Cocktail happy hour every Saturday from 7 p.m. and a new winter bistro menu now available. Catch all the live sport and every UFC fight on the big screen at Flanagan's.
Firewood, the lifesaver as it gets colder. Stock up now for winter. Beat the rush and stock up while there's still plenty available. Bairnsdale Stock Feeds and Firewood has mixed species of firewood and stock to burn. Whatever you need, fireplace accessories, kindling, firelighters, pokers and more. Pick up or delivery available. Phone 5152 5299. Call Bairnsdale Stock Feeds and Firewood now that those chilly nights have set in. Phillips Lane, Lucknow, or find them on Facebook.
Autobarn's Top Gear sale is on this Friday and Saturday. Get 20% off everything store-wide, plus 25% off Pioneer audio products and 25% off our range of batteries. Only at Autobarn. Conditions apply.
You hit the road early. It's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from a cafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland, Road Safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Big Butcher, straight in front, off the boot. It looks okay. Maffra are alive and well. Thank you very much.
David puts it back inside forward 50. Here's John Butcher again. Takes the strong mark. The contested marks are coming now for the Big Butch.
The Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland. Save on HP, Lenovo and Acer today. 3 down, 1 to go. The final quarter is about to start. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM.
It is, and it's great to have your company across Gippsland and the Valley. Hopefully you're enjoying this Saturday afternoon as much as we are, because we have an absolute belter on our hands. 3/4 time, it's a 15-point margin in favour of the Tigers. They only managed, though, 3 points in the third quarter. Maffra, well, they kicked 1 goal at least. They reduced the margin to 15 points. And we have an absolute cracker for 1 quarter to go. Paul Carter, just quickly, some key stats thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon. We'll just go with the player stats if we can at the moment.
Boyd Bailey's up to 32 disposals now. 25 to Cody McDonald, he had 10 that quarter. And the Alex Carr 19, 16 to Ed Carr, 24 to Hudson Holmes.
Well, this will be interesting. It started to boil over there at 3/4 time. It eventually all calmed down after a few spectators got involved and then umpires were having a chat to everyone. What happens from here, Pop?
Well, what happens from here is you'll see 5 minutes of real physicality. You'd think from the visiting side they've never looked like they've been in this game at any stage today, yet they find themselves just 15 points down as the ball's bounced.
Well, Fleming got it down to Danny Butcher in the middle of the ground. He got wrapped up in the whack tackle, who was very fiery just on 3/4 time. And he's now calmed down. He's back into the ruck. This time, Fleming again tapped it forward. Challenge off the line. Danny Butcher does well at ground levels, trying to stand up in a tackle. Couldn't do so. We'll do it again. Box up.
Yeah, got a score from thanks to Harvey Norman Gippsland Furniture. Wonthaggi 5-14-44. They trail Terrelgan 8-5-53.
McFarlane from that stoppage. Beautiful handle out to Hillier. Right foot kick to a leading target. That is a superb kick from Hillier. It was across the body to the other side of the ground, and it found Brown to McAuliffe. And as you said, it's going to be hot in the first 5 minutes, but the Tigers haven't been accurate this afternoon.
Might be just a bit far there for McAuliffe, I think, Scott, or not?
You'll have to kick it all of 50. You might be right. They've kicked 16 points this afternoon.
Geez, a lot of room behind the man of the mark.
He comes in, he rolls around, tries to get some extra distance, and as Boxer said, it's probably a little bit too far as Reed spoils it through for a minor score. That's point number 17 for the Tigers.
8-17-65 on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard at the 1 minute mark of the final quarter. Maffra 7-7-49.
As Hudson Holmes, as he's done for all of today, will bring the ball back into play. He'll play on from full back, kick to the advantage of his hoping Butcher. Butcher has to sit and wait. Ball spills out the back. I reckon it's Jolly, is it, at the back, or maybe Channing, who kicks towards Badgegood, takes the mark finally. 1-2 grabs. Can he find a winner? Kicks to the advantage of Jolly.
Oh, wow.
Wack comes in from the side and provides a good spoil, but at ground level it's Challenge. Kicks to the top of the square, looking for Butcher. Can he pick it up? Can he go? He can go. No, touched off the boot.
Wow.
Butcher can't believe it.
Neither can I.
It looked like a kick off the ground, went through for a goal. I didn't see the...
Yeah, Jacobson just dove just in time just to get the hand on it.
Okay.
Wow. Minor score, Paul.
17.65 Morwell, 7.850 Maffra, 15-point lead to Morwell.
Wack kicked it out to McFarlane. Good to see Noblet back out in the ground. His kick found him. He's on the wing. He's had a great game and then an interesting one in that third quarter. He copped it from left and right, and he's back out there. Quick kick goes in towards Wack. He can come inboard again to find Walsh. Right in the middle of the ground. Hillier presents for him in the centre square. He rolls and goes quickly. The chiselling kick to McDonald. Brandon, that is, over his head. Hutz is back there. Last line. Sits up nicely for him. Waits, assesses the situation and delivers nicely out towards Ed Carr.
So Ed Carr goes inboard to Bro A. Carr, who then looks left, he looks right, and the way to go might be straight down the gullet, and that's where he goes, looking for Bedgegood, who took a mark just a moment ago. This time he provides a good contest. He'll get on the end of it. Gee, I tell you what, he looks a bit proppy and sloppy, but he can't get a handle on it. Neither can his teammate, who's, I tell you what, been caught for holding the ball. Red hot decision, possibly there. Well, it doesn't matter. It was there. The umpire called it. But the ball's going to be brought back now because the wrong player took the kick.
That was a fair decision, Box. Did he try to take on the tackler and then duck his head?
He ducked. Yeah, he ducked his head and away we went. So let's take nothing away from Tristan Wack before two down inside 50. That spoil that he come across the ball then. No one gets to see that when we're on the radio, but what a spoil it was.
Well, the bounce just eluded Musil and landed in the hands of Hutz. Petro's there, chips it across the half-forward flank. Challenge will run onto it. He hesitated, and Grant said, all right, I'll go and get it. The Tigers have got numbers everywhere. Cody McDonald's one of those. Handballs to McFarlane, handballs to Wack. He kicks out to the run of wing. The beautiful kick to open space to find Jacobson, and now chips to McDonald, who marks on his chest, top of the 50. Too far out to score, though, and he quickly plays on, gets to 50, lowers the eyes, the leading target's Brandon McAuliffe, can't mark. Channing was there, swung around in the tackle, handballed over his shoulder, crushing his way through was Davis, out of fresh airy, though, holding the footy, and Carlson will go back. We'll have to kick it 48, 49 metres. I think this is too far as well.
Yeah, he needs a mate running past with that set play now. That's what we need.
Linton could be the one. He's right there. Give it to him. Doesn't want to. 4.5 minutes, final quarter. The Tigers lead by 15. Carlson skips to 48, puts it on its way. Not going to make the distance. It's going to be rushed through again and box. Exactly what we talk about. Know your limitations.
Fair income, kid. We've got a set play. Linton just stood there walking behind him. He would have known that Carlson wouldn't have been able to make that distance.
Holmes brings it back in, kicks nicely to Petro. The margin is 16 points, 8-8-66, 7-8-50. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard.
And now we've got Carr with the ball. Alex Carr goes along the line. Gee, the kick's neat. Can he find a teammate? He can. Taken high with the decision. Lucky probably at the end. Jet Challenge had to wait. And then goes and gets the ball himself as Maxie Linton pretends to want to pick it up. As Carr comes forward, takes a bounce again. He needs to find a man right here, right now, and he just about did too. But the numbers around the defensive 50 for Morwell have been pretty good, and they've worked it out well yet again. And this bloke's been pretty good as well. Wax takes a bounce, handball, goes a 1-2. Right half-back flank, Morwell go inboard to the corridor. McDonald feeds it off to Bailey. Bailey's got time to find a winner. Can he? He can't. Spills over the back line. A hot contest is on, and Putz is equal to it, as is. Putz, as is. I called like a Putz as Hutz picked up the ball and now chooses his teammate in Ed Carr, the grandstand side.
Goes towards the wing area, looking for challenge. In the front spot was Walsh, come off his knee for the Tigers. Working hard again is Ed Carr at ground level. Just slipped at the crucial stage. Ball bobbles out. Bailey gave it to Hillier. Handles over the top to Riley Lopez. 50 metres. Goes to the hot spot. McAuliffe flies at the back and takes the contested mark. And the Tiger supporters behind the goals. Rises one. And this could be one of the first nails in the coffin for the Eagles.
He's got a big engine, McAuliffe, hasn't he? He works really hard inside 50, through the rotations, through the midfield. And to get up in the air this late into the game, and to beat a player like Hutz in the air and fellow friends as well. He just needs to finish it off, that great work.
Directly in front, Brandon McAuliffe. The margin's at 16 points. At the 7-minute mark of the final quarter. You can tell by the crowd. McAuliffe puts it through.
Is it the Isuzu at the back of the goal square there with all the thirds all over it?
My goodness, it is.
It's the Isuzu.
They've taken over the Isuzu Ute. Look at them. They're on the roof.
They're all over. And it holds up. It does. It's a tough car. Well, how good is that car? How good is this game?
If ever you've doubted the Isuzu isn't a people mover, have a look there.
And that takes the lead out to 22 points at the 7-minute mark of the final quarter. 9:18.72 to 7:8.50. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
Fleming gets the tap. Can he find Carr? He can't. Quick kick by Bailey out of the square. Left half forward flank races on. McDonald kicked the last goal. Fights hard. Taps it forward. In fact, it was a throw he called. I'm not sure that it was a throw, but it was against the Laprise. It will go Holmes' way. So they need to respond, and they need to respond quickly. And they go short. When they find Henry Anderson, who may become angry. Anderson, if things don't go his way, Bedgood, well, he's just not his day. Just hasn't read the ball as well as we know he can. And here they go, off the half-back line. Their run from defence to attack is pretty good, but the kick by Wack wasn't so good, and it was cut off by Thatcher, who goes short and finds Petro. Right half-forward flank, plays on quickly to Holmes. Holmes goes short to Fleming. Fleming from outside 50 needs to find a teammate. He does, and that's Channing. In Challenge, I should say. Challenge. 45 metres out. Looks forward. He's going to kick to the top of the square and hope that Butcher can get on the end of it, but the kick, unfortunately, wasn't as good as he could be, and although Butcher was on the end of it, he couldn't take the mark. A kick around the body has been kept in place. I'm not sure that it should have been kept in place. Probably should have been marked. Nevertheless, Sam Walsh has got enough time to settle and find a teammate. Still in defensive 50, but with the pressure eased somewhat. Boyd Bailey takes yet another mark. And he's going to go short on that left leg towards the right half-back flank.
Wetherill had it, chips it over the top and can find Walsh. The Tigers just want to slow things down now as they get the margin out for 22 points. Walsh goes backwards to Wetherill. He's on his defensive 50, close to the boundary line on the far side of the ground at Morwell Rec Reserve. The Tigers are kicking towards the city end of the ground. Wetherill's got called to play on. He had to handle over the top to Musil, who overran it and allows Carr to come in. And that was Alex. He chips it over the top, looking for Jolly. Trying to take on the tackler, then lost the football. Brown works hard for the Tigers. Bailey was there to help out with a handball to Musil, and Musil's kick will find Walsh back to where it all started 30 seconds ago. Margin, 22 points.
So Walsh just short of half-back on his unfavoured left. Kicks a tumbling punt and as a result turns it over. Maffra, well, they're playing around with the ball. I reckon they've been caught. The big fella there in Will Fleming has been caught. Dropping the ball is going to go the way of Morwell. It's going to go the way of Noblet. He's been pretty good today. Presented really well. Marked really well. Copped a hit on the left shoulder in the last quarter, but it's come on courageously again. Ball spills out the back. Hutz tried to punch the ball. He couldn't get a handle on it. And the umpire will eventually take control. Right about centre-half forward. Morwell into attack.
In the AFL, it's only a couple of minutes to go in that game, and it's the Hawks by 52 points.
Woo. Well, have the Eagles got something left in them? Quick kick out there was from Carr. Gets towards the wing at it. Challenge was the one who might run onto it. Overrunning it, though, was Anderson. Challenge goes back to help. Flicks a handball out to Anderson. Now he can handball to Holmes. His little quick kick doesn't come off. Max Linton will take the diving mark. And they've got numbers everywhere, and he decides to kick it straight to the opposition. He had three options. And marking that was Thomas Thatcher on the wing. Chips it over the top to Jack Challenge, who marks as well. Squares it inboard towards Bennett. He can mark inside the square. Looks for the forward target leading, and it is Jolly. Gets around Brown. Taps it to himself. Runs away from Brown, and is this the start it could be? Jolly puts it through. The margin gets back now to 16 points. Tommy Jolly's got 3.
Yeah, I just don't want the complacency to tip into this game either for the Tigers, because they've made a couple of errors. We've only been playing 11 minutes in the game, and just a couple of forced errors there. And well done to Maffra, because they've forced them. They've got that ball inside 50 and then put themselves back into this game. So she's not over here yet.
11 minutes played in the final quarter, and the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard has the Tigers with a 16-point lead, 9-18-72 to Maffra 8-8-56.
Have Maffra at any stage of this game been in front?
Yeah, early in the game there was a couple of turnovers.
Okay.
First quarter.
Exactly. So it's been a while. The ball's just coming back to the into the field, so we've got a little bit of time here. Big moments this afternoon, brought to you by the Morwell Bowling Club, Putt and Palmer night tonight. If you're travelling through, get off the highway and come into the Morwell Bowling Club. It's only $20, and they're kicking off in about an hour's time for your Putt and Palmer.
So it's not a Hut and Palmer?
No, it's a Putt and Palmer.
It's a Putt and Palmer.
Although Huts might go there this afternoon.
There as well.
So the umpire has it back in the middle. It'll be Whack and Fleming, as the margin is 16 points. It's right on the knife's edge at the moment if the Eagles can get the next one. McFarlane did well in the middle, twisting and turning, nicely done. Handball to Whack, who can turn, and he had a bit of a wobbly one, goes towards out the top of the 50. Adams leads the charge for the Eagles, wins it, handballs across to Bedgegood. He can get it out wide now to Davis. He has to go backwards to Holmes. His barrelling torpedo kick looks for touch, you'd think, and he finds it in the end. And right on the wing, we've got a boundary throw in. The Eagles can reset, and they can go again. As their boundary throw in, 12 and a half minutes gone in this final quarter. The Tigers still lead by 16 points, but the Eagles got the last goal through Jolly. Fleming just grabbed it out the ruck. Handballs to Bennett. Now they kick it around towards Davis. His left foot kick tries to hug the line. Danny Butcher will fly, but he dropped the mark. Challenge was there, roves it nicely. Here's Alex Carr. He just overran it. Hillier comes in to get it, picks it up, and Carr wrapped him up in the tackle. The ball bobbles out. Butcher works hard, trying to squeeze the handball out to Ed Carr. He gets one to Challenge, couldn't handle it. McFarlane did well. Handball out wide again. Now's Musil, half-back flank, got a little bit of room now. Tries to come back inboard. He sells himself in a bit of trouble. Walsh was there, though, and mops it up and kicks it to Bailey.
So Bailey needs to settle, and he does, and he finds an option. But guess what? I reckon there's some tight bodies in both games, and both teams this afternoon as they go forward. Bennett drops what he should have taken, then turns it over again. And these are the sort of turnovers that can cost games. As Riley Laprise kicks to the top of the square, but it's the wrong option, really.
Yep.
Because that man Huts takes the mark, and guess what? That kick ain't great either.
Oh.
The Bedgegood was equal to the task and takes a mark in defensive 50. Now they've got some room to move. They changed direction. Mark's been dropped by Ed Carr, but he's got time to go to Bennett, who in turn was taken ball and all the free kick down the field because Carr was taken late. But I tell you what, the skills of both sides have dropped dramatically. They're out on their feet. Fleming, he goes long inside forward 50. Can he find a winner? No, he can't. But I tell you what, they need to keep the ball in there. And Maffra cannot, as the run comes from Morwell's defence again from Hillier towards the outer side. Weatherall, over the top they go. Whack hits the contest, grabs the ball, but beaten by the boundary. Wow. 5 minutes of really tight footy. The ball out of play, right half, forward flank.
We've still got 10 minutes to go, Box.
100%. Yeah. I don't want to harp on it, but Laprise was running into an open goal there with Cody McDonald flanked by him.
Yep.
Handball should have just gone to Cody McDonald. He's got the pace. Let it run it all the way in.
Yep.
We've seen it done before, haven't we?
Yeah, we certainly have. Back into the play. Who's going to have the run? Who's going to find something deep within to run out this game of football? The Tigers lead, but they're out on their legs, and I think Maffra are as well. There'll be a couple of players. Who will be the ones that will stand up? Will it be the Carboys of Maffra? Jolly's been exciting. Will it be Danny Butcher? Or will it be for the Tigers, Bailey, who's been good all day? Hillier has been fantastic. Someone will stand up in this game, and Hillier put a tackle on Carr. Two that we've just spoken about. Another stoppage, 15 minutes gone. Everything's on the line for the Eagles here. They lose this, they can't play finals. Bailey got a handball out in tight traffic. Here's Hillier from the stoppage, runs away. Left foot kick, nice little one. Although they've got the loose man back now, the Eagles. And Thatcher can take the mark. Tigers will have to respond to that, you think, Poppy?
Oh, they do right here, but can they find a winner? They can't. An unfavourable bounce, but it may, in fact, fall in the arms of Challenge, who kicks to the top of the square. Butcher.
Free
kick behind plays that, Jolly.
Yep, it is.
He's kicked 3, he could kick 4, and he could bring the Eagles to within 10 points at the 15 and 3/4 minute mark of this final quarter.
Yeah, it was a panic play then by Brown too. He was held one-on-one there with Jolly. Ball coming in really quickly. He did hold him down.
Well,
Free kick
Jolly,
was definitely there.
He walks this one in, off the boot, straight through. They looked dead and buried. They looked dead and buried, but Jolly brought out the defib, and there's life in them there Eagles as we speak. 16 minutes gone, final quarter.
Tom Jolly's fourth goal brings the margin, as Poppy said, back to 10 points at the 16-minute mark of the final term. The Harvey Norman computer scoreboard has Morwell 9-18-72 to Maffra 9-8-62.
Well, they are a proud club, the Eagles. They just keep coming and coming. 22 years they've played finals straight, and they don't want it to come to an end just yet. Of course, there's still a few games to go, but a loss here today puts them 2 games behind the Tigers. A win will actually put them back in the top 5 at the end of today. And then it will be who they play in the run home. We have got a final 10 minutes of football. It's going to be thrilling. And the ball again takes its time to get back to the middle. So this will probably go 30 minutes, you'd think, this final quarter, even though we've only had the 3 goals scored.
Just a quick milestone. Lance Franklin has surpassed Gary Ablett in the goal kicking with the 1,032nd goal this afternoon.
Well, here we go. Back to the middle. Whack and Plemming again. Plemming starting to get a handle on it. Butcher was there, shuffling it to challenge. They go inside, forward 50 again. Where's Butcher? 3 deep. Gets to the back. Have they got some runners? Hearns back there for the Tigers.
Put it over, son.
Rushes it through. Exactly what he did, Poppy, Boxer. And on your Harvey Norman computers, Gippsland scoreboard.
Maffra 9-9-63, Morwell 9-18-72, 9-point lead to Morwell at the almost 18-minute mark this last quarter.
Tyler Brown brings the ball back in, goes towards the outer side. McDonald right half-back flank, kick along the line, not quite right. Reckon could be able to play on the full.
Nope.
No, hits the right side of the boundary line if you're a Morwell fan, and therefore there'll be a boundary throw-in, almost smack bang out of wing. Just repeating those scores, 9-18 to 9-9.
How would you be, Ben? The new 16-year-old doing his first senior goal umpiring game today in the Gippsland League. Jesse Stevenson doing a great job.
He is too. Let's hope that there's not a kick after the sign that determines the game. It's going to be a tough one, but he's earned the right. He's doing well. Free kick behind play, pushing the back, goes against Challenge. Going to go James Jacobson's way. The kick goes looking for Whack. Whack's got a runner on his left and uses that runner in Sam Walsh. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Good pressure by Maffra. Good work by Hutz. Needs to go short. They do. And on the end of it, the mark's been taken by Josh Davis, who will in turn go short, I thought, but didn't see the long option. He did. It was a good option by Petro. Goes inboard. Good work by Linton. Taps the ball to the advantage of Whack, who now puts his team under pressure, but the options are starting to run out. They work their way through nicely. McFarlane gives ground, goes to Weatherall, and I tell you what, they've made 60 metres for Maffra, but importantly they've settled and they've found the ball again through James Jacobson, who plays on quickly.
Yeah, handled over the top to Walsh, now over to Linton. They finally get boot to ball, but it might be turned over. No, dropped, comes the other way. Plemming had it, gave it. They said a handball. He was blindsided. Good call in the end by the umpire. Butcher took on a tackle, handled out to Thatcher. Quick rush kick down towards Petro and Grant will spoil for the Tigers. And fine touch, a boundary throw in. 19 and a half minutes gone. The Tigers leading by 9 points now. There's Musil, who'll do the ruck duties with Plemming. Over the back it goes. Carr was there, lower the shoulder, over the shoulder. Alex Carr, he's smart. And Hillier said he tried to raise his arm for that one. Played on, did Carr, drives it towards Jolly over his head. Here's Butcher, gathers it at his toes, snaps around the body, and Johnny Butcher's got another one. Butcher now has 4 to join Jolly, but more importantly, the margin sits at 3.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where they look a little bit shell-shocked and a little bit tired as well, like you said before, Pop. I think it's time now either that Moore will throw that player back, even though we've played 20 minutes. There's probably still another 8 or so minutes to go in the quarter. They need some stability down back, and they've just got to throw something at the wind now because they've got to put a break on Maffra.
And we've played 20 minutes in this final quarter, probably only about 5 or 6 to go. And it's a 3-point lead to Morwell 9-18-72 to Maffra 10-9-69.
And the big catalyst here for me is Challenge of Maffra. He's been in everything.
Centre break absolutely crucial, more so now than ever before. Neither player, no Whack, butters up and gets a quick kick forward, gains 10-15 metres. The run's starting to come. The desperation of Maffra, though, lifts to another level, and the ball's held in centre half forward through. Dropping the ball, the umpire says. He was watching something I wasn't, because what I was watching was a ball up all day long.
Wow. Yeah, that was...
and the players with the ball that come up were Maffra players. Anyway, Carr dances around the man of the mark, takes a bounce. His short kick, he's probably just as McFarlane cuts it off. Not sure why you're going short with the game's in the balance.
Good
That's
kick.
what he did. The kick from McFarlane. Is that McAuliffe at right? Half forward flank, plays on quickly. The kick drills and finds the opposition player in Thomas Thatcher.
Thatcher kicks towards the far side of the ground. He's got one out there in Channing, who can elevate and mark on his own. Channing kicks down the line, looking for Geishan. Finds him just inside the field of play. Quickly now moves it towards the wing area. In the front spot there, there'll be a free kick. It is Hudson Holmes. He's just getting up a little bit proper. He hurts his hand or finger. Wouldn't be surprised if that popped out. As Holmes now puts it towards the top of the 50. Here's Challenge, the man you spoke about, Boxer. He quickly plays on. He's got Petro. Over the back comes Linton. Here's Butcher again and Hearn. Butcher wraps up Hearn. 22 minutes gone. Margin 3 points. The Tigers lead it. It's inside forward 50 for the Eagles, though.
So, Butcher to do the work. Gets rid of Wax. Handballs. Tries to grab the ball himself. Tried something. And Nick Latino said they need to try something. They did.
Hold the footy.
The free kick's going to go Morwell's way. It's going to go against Maffra for holding the ball or dropping the ball. And the kick was taken by Linton, it could have been. Gives Grant to Carlson. The kick to defensive 50. Was on, but it wasn't great. But now they've got some room to move. I tell you right now, the pressure's going to start building, though. A kick around the body, the half-back flank, nicely done by James Jacobson. And they've got some run through McAuliffe. He kicks to the advantage of his runner in McDonald, and you won't find a better runner than McDonald, but he needs to get past Bedgegood. He can't. The 1-2 from Geishan to Bedgegood goes looking for Petro. Petro was taken from the front. Play-on's the call.
Free kick.
Out without the ball. Luckily, you thought the first one was there anyway, and Petro gets the free kick. Centre of Morwell Recreation Reserve. 23 minutes gone. The scores: Morwell 72, Maffra 69.
Contest inside forward 50. Tigers got numbers. Musil to Jacobson. Out wide to Whack. They're going to relieve the pressure for a moment. One bounce. Handball over the top to McAuliffe. Back to Whack, who ran on. Kicks to half forward. He's looking for McDonald. He's got two to beat. It goes over the back. Here's Cody McDonald. Gives a handball to Brandon McDonald. Quick kick out of bounds on the full. But importantly, the Tigers get it. They've got to go at McDonald on the ground. It's all okay, though.
The Tigers have got to settle. They're playing the game at cutthroat speed. Just get control of the game. Slow it down to your level. Milk the clock a little bit.
Well, 3 points is the margin. Huts will switch this one to Reed. He's at the dangerous spot. 20 metres out from his defensive goal. He can go up the middle of the ground. They're going to man up. They go towards Carr. This is Alex. He can play on and run, and you can't let him do that because he hits the target in Petro in the middle of the ground. He gives it back to Carr, who ran on. He drives it towards the direction of Jolly and the marks. He's too far out to score, you'd think. He's right. The man on the mark's right on 50. So he rolls around. He puts it to the last line. It's going to go all the way. Tom Jolly has 5 goals, and more importantly, it is the Eagles in front by 3 points at the 24-minute mark of the final quarter.
How the hell did that happen?
Calm heads. You just need calm heads. And I think one of the things that Morwell haven't done is they've, in a play just recently then, they had 4 players back. That was great, and that's when Wack had that run through. But then on the turnaround, there was no one pushing back. Their midfield didn't push back at all. Easy open up for Maffra, puts them back in front.
And that is a 3-point lead at the 25-minute mark of the final quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard: Maffra 11-9-75, Morwell 9-18-72, and the Tigers haven't scored for 18 minutes.
Well, back to the middle. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
So the Maffra bench have just sent a person up to the time clock to find out how much time left. I can tell you, not much. As Morwell go forward again, this game's far from over. Noblet's been busy. Got it. 2 grabs. 45 metres out. The slightest of angles. He's side 3 points down. 25 and a half minutes gone.
It's a beautiful kick of the footy. There's no doubt about it here. Just take your time now, Nathan. This is all about how you distribute the ball on the foot now. Just concentrate and...
They trail by 3 points, Pop.
Here we go. So Noblet, left foot kick off the boot, or drags it to the right, the side of a left foot that isn't quite accurate. And they edged closer, but that's not what they needed.
9.19, 73, a 2-point deficit because of Maffra, 11.975.
Well, here we go. How long do you reckon? How long do you reckon, boys? Well, I reckon it could go 30. I think there's still 4 minutes to go. We've had 5 goals and the ball's been over the fence a few times as Hudson Holmes belted back in. The Tigers have got some numbers. McFarlane was there. They all fell over and allowed Bennett, that was to Butcher, to give it off to Carr. He can find challenge. He's gone. Oh, he's gone where? John Butcher on his own in the side forward 50. It gets to him. He takes the easier check mark. The siren sounded. And the Eagles have won it. They have come from nowhere. They've kicked 4 goals to 1 in the final quarter. John Butcher says, I don't care if this goes through or doesn't. In the end, he's missed it. They win by 3 points. And we have had an absolute belter. The Eagles, 22 years they have played finals footy, and it is still alive. They are back inside the final 5 as it ends at round 15. What a game. The Eagles never say die attitude gets them over the line, and the Tigers can't believe it. We need a break. We'll wrap things up here for the Morwell Rec Reserve this afternoon. Tom Jolly got 5 in the end. Butcher got 4. Jolly kicked 3 in the last quarter to win the game by 3 points. This is Gippsland Live, and it's thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical.
Kate, Tim and Joel.
My favourite Aussie slang. I didn't come here to spiders.
I don't even know really what that means.
I'm not knocking around.
Get best suck of the Sav. He's not here to
best suck of the Sav. I'm not here to spiders.
You can do both.
Saying that, there's kids in the car.
What, spiders?
They can't say. They'll go to school. And they'll be like, oh, you turned up today, Johnny. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to...
Kate, Tim and Joel, driving you home.
On TRFM.
It starts with the smell of charcoal grilled chicken floating through the air, the appeal of concentrated juices, the searing of skin, the smoky golden chicken your taste buds simply can't refuse. Sound familiar? It's Terralgan Charcoal Chicken serving up the tastiest chemical-free chickens in town each and every day. And how can you resist their chicken salted chips and delicious daily made salads? That unmatched charcoal chicken taste. Terralgan Charcoal Chicken, 87 Seymour Street.
How's your mobile phone going? Battery always running flat? Cracked screen? Then upgrade to a new mobile phone from Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, where buying a mobile phone is easy, with a showroom full of mobile phones unlocked or on a plan. The best range in brands like Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo and much more. Plus, being a premium Optus dealer, they have amazing offers to get you connected. Head to your local Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland store today.
G'day, can I help you? Yes, I hope so. I'm digging a trench in our backyard, so I need one of those machines that goes cook. Oh, you need an excavator. Excavator, right, if you say so. And then to flatten out the dirt, I was thinking one of them thingamabobs.
That'd be a whacker plate. We know which piece of equipment you need for your project, even if you don't. We hire them too. Mini loaders, drum rollers, tipper trailers and more. See you soon. Gippsland, Wacker, Noyson and Latrobe Valley Forklifts. Visit lvforklifts.com.au.
With the release of the Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series and brand new Ford Ranger, now is the perfect time to visit ARB to order accessories for your new vehicle. From bull bars, side rails, under-vehicle protection and long-range tanks, to canopy, suspension, dual battery systems, driving lights and so much more. ARB has everything you need for your next adventure. For expert advice, see the team at ARB Terralgan, ARB Bairnsdale or the new flagship store, ARB Sale, or visit arb.com.au. Adventure awaits. ARB Terralgan, Sale and Bairnsdale.
Hear that? That's the beautiful sound of the Morwell Bowling Club Bistro. The perfect atmosphere for a post-win feed or a sorrow-drowning loss. Especially because Saturday is pot and parma night. Choose from the selection of yummy parma toppings. Only $20 every Saturday from 5:30pm. Includes a pot of beer, soft drink or a glass of wine. To make a booking, phone the club on 5134 3449. 52 Hazelwood Road, Morwell. Visit the website morwellbowls.com.au for other specials during the week.
Australian-made furniture and bedding now at Harvey Norman. Mattresses and ensembles from the leading Australian brands. Lounge furniture and dining room furniture built for the family life with a great selection of options in fabric, leather, size and shape. Create your own bedroom furniture. Customise your bed height, fabric or timber stain. Let our experienced team help you design furniture to suit your home.